And what is up? Welcome back. It is Friday night, and you're here with the Average Boys Podcast. It's your boy Crispy, and I am here with my boy Brian D. Brian, what is up, my dude?
Yo, Chris, what's going on,
It's
buddy?
been a
How are you
minute.
doing, bro? How was your week?
So far, so good, man. I mean, it's been pretty chill. Got to work a lot this weekend. I don't know if you got to check it out, but I released this really cool commercial for the guys from the Collectors.
I
I
did see
finished
that.
it up. What'd you think?
I liked it, man. Again, you always do a really good job. And I'm super proud whenever you come out with like a new video or even the shoots that you do amazing work.
Thank you
I
so much. Thank you so
understand
much.
how you're not like just book solid throughout the rest of
Throughout the rest of the year, right?
year.
That'd be
Like
fucking
that.
wild, man.
But
It's
yeah,
really
man.
cool.
Oh, dude, I dug it, man. I like it.
It was really cool. We had Frederick and we had what's his name, David, on last week from the Collectors. He told me this really cool opportunity that he's like, hey man, I want to do a commercial. Do you guys think you can help us out? And I was like, for sure. And I was like, how much creative input do I got into helping you out with your post or whatnot? He goes,
Mhm.
oh, by all means, take advantage of it and do what you want to do. And I had this idea that I wanted it to be based on the song from Home Alone and the Toy Store scene at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Like that's always been one of those like very hallmarky kind of like moments for me in history when it comes to cinema.
Mhm.
And there had been this movie that came out recently called like The Nobleman, or it's like coming out soon, and it's by what's that dude? The guy that makes Indiana Jones. I can't think of the director off the top of my head.
Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg. Yeah, Steven Spielberg. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's fucking wild. It's been a long week for me. Yo, what's up, Robert? How you doing, my guy?
What's up, bro?
It was one of those things. Like when I saw the video, it reminded me that there's a lot of like stuff missing in Hollywood, and those like old school movies that have like the lens flare, like the family.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Out of all the Steven Spielberg, out of all the Steven Spielberg
Jones,
movies, you went straight for Indiana Jones.
Out of all of them, that's like one of the best, dude. You can't go wrong with that shit. And for some reason, I couldn't think of anything. And then in my mind, I was like, the only other movie that I could think about that would remind me of the cinematography that's used in this film would be like the Goonies when they're doing close up of items.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is, but there's something that's very like whimsical
Nostalgic.
about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something that's really beautiful about it. I don't know if it's like are you familiar with a filming method called tilt shift?
No.
Okay, tilt shift is the way that you can take video of a regular item like on your table or whatnot, but the filter then makes it look like miniatures.
Okay.
Like it makes it look like miniature toys or something like that. And it's the way it filters out like blur, depth, and blur or something like that. And there's just something about the way that they videotaped that first part of Home Alone that always caught my eye.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to do something like that. So we had this opportunity. These guys happen to own a really cool retro toy store, and they have some really cool like displays set up with like different toys and different knickknacks and things like that, and even like some arcade stuff that I was able to like implement into my shots. And then we got the cool scene of like the kid running up, and then I even came out in it real quick, and then we had like the flashback. Dude, I had a friend of mine that was like, bro, why did it look like you were gonna cry when you got that toy in your hand? I was like, man, fuck off, dude. Like,
are you good? So wait, are you gonna be one of these like creators or directors that always has to like put themselves in a role?
No, I can't do that.
You're one of them. You're one of them.
I'm not that good. I wish I was that good. I look like a ball of fun on television, man. Like you put me on the screen, I look like I weigh like 9 extra 20 pounds, dude. So it doesn't make me feel too confident in myself when I watch myself. I got like 4 chins and then you can name, man. But overall, it was a fun experience. I hadn't been able to get behind the camera and direct in a very long time. So getting that opportunity to do it again and make something short notice like that in a couple of days really kind of like, it made me feel proud. And then I had a couple of my friends that do a lot of cinematography and a lot of video work hit me up, and they were like, hey man, that was pretty good. Like, how long did it take you? And I told them the time limit that I had, and they were like, well, damn, dude, that's pretty fucking good. And I was like, yes, like it just made me feel good.
I think we should just like carve out a segment each show where you just like stunt on everybody, but like, yo,
dude,
I did that.
what
like,
is it?
You have like a new fact. Yeah, you have like a new fact a new fun fact every week about
Fun
how you
fact:
just like
Chris
killing the
did
scene.
12 rounds of mitts this week with 4
There you
different
go.
fighters.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, it was just a fun experience, and I don't know, like it's so crazy. Like I'm proud. Like I'm actually proud of like the work I did this time. Like it's not
Nah,
even like,
it was. I've been telling you, bro. Like it's dope. I liked the story you were telling. Like you told a story within, a few
like a two
minutes.
minute like a 2 minute
Yeah.
length, and that's like that blew my mind. What's up, Ernesto? How you doing, man? Nice to see you, brother. That's what blew my mind is that like I got to tell a story,
Yeah.
and it was constant. Like it was flow, it was movement from beginning to end. And that was
Hmm.
cool. Like seeing it able to come to life like that. And like I said, it was just fun. We shot in 2 different locations. Of course, we had the shop, and then the people that own the shop, they let us use their living room for the flashback scene.
Okay.
So we went like to their house, and that shot was done after we filmed everything. So like then we had to make it to where the previous shot of me holding the toy had to match up with the shot of the younger kid at the house holding the toy. So like it was cool. It was cool as that. And we had like no fucking lights. We were using like cell phone lights. Dude, it was so gangster. It was so hood. It was beautiful, dude. It was fucking beautiful. But it did get me more intrigued into wanting to try to do like a 15, 20 minute, maybe 30-minute actual like short film.
Hmm.
Like write something out, get something going, take more than 5 hours, something
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. Yeah.
like an actual couple of days to put something actually together rather than 5 hours and then 8 hours of editing.
Hmm.
Like it actually put me in a position where I was like, you know what, if I can get the right team, the right type of actors and the right type of people in the back with me,
Hmm.
I could direct at least a 15-minute film and then edit it and then put it out, and it'd be okay. It'd be a cool little test. That's what it would be for me.
What kind of genre of short film would this be? Like what would interest you to make? What kind of film?
No joke, like a John Wick. Like almost like but like not a
I
John Wick.
listen, give me 3 guesses on who I would think you would cast as the main character in that
Yeah, you're probably gonna say me. You're
just
probably gonna say I would cast myself,
you
but I
would
wouldn't be able
definitely
to because I'm gonna direct, man.
you would so what? You would cast that's what you would cast yourself as the
I'm gonna be like
director,
the new Eddie
the
Murphy, dude.
lead
Be like Eddie Murphy.
and the sidekick. Exactly. It's
Can
gonna
you
be
imagine Eddie Murphy, dude, made a
the
whole ass
nutty
movie where he was
professor. Yeah.
every person in a barber shop?
Yeah.
Fucking Eddie Murphy, man. That's wild.
That's funny.
No, okay, so very familiar. The movie The Boondock Saints.
Yes.
I always wanted to make. Okay, so did you see the second one?
No.
No, you didn't watch the second one. You should have, dude.
No.
They
I think I
introduced us
watched
to
like no, I think I watched like the first like 10,
who
15
ordered
minutes
the
of it.
whoop ass fajitas. The
And I
little
was
Mexican dude is the
yeah.
fucking funniest, dude. So I wanted to make because okay, so we knew that they made the Boondock Saints once, the first movie, which it had its own comedy to it. It was funny. The guys were very great in it. The film was fun. The part 2, you just knew it was gonna be corny as fuck. Like you did not go into it thinking it was gonna be amazing. But I wanted to make a part 3 and make it about a bunch of Hispanic guys. And I wanted to call it Dia de los Santos, the Day of the Saints.
Don't
Because the other 2 guys are locked up. So what we're going to do is like, since they're in jail, their symbolism of what they did inspired other people to do what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just going to make it like, what the Valley's all about. A bunch of Mexican dudes fighting Mexican dudes for drugs, or I don't know what it is, but it's you know what I mean? Yeah. I think it's the easiest, but it's because that's the easiest formula to come up with down here in the Valley. If not that, I'm going to make a movie about family but action to me down here in the Valley, when it comes to filmmaking, like if you at least have some type of knowledge of how to do an action film, it works very well. It works extremely well if you can get it done. Because everyone down here looks like they're part of the cartel. Because we all look like we're part of the cartel. What about you, Brian? How's your week been, man?
Honestly, dude, it's been long. Work's been long. Got a lot of personal stuff going on, and it was definitely felt like a long week. But you know what? I always feel better because like my Fridays are like very short, so I'm home extremely early on a Friday, so I get to like decompress and get ready to come on the show with you. And so I enjoy my Fridays, and it gets me nice and ready for the weekend. So I really don't have much to complain about. I'm blessed.
I feel like the same way because like when Friday comes along, I know like with the work hours early morning from like 8 to 5, once 5 o'clock is done, like I know I just get to stay home and wait for the podcast to start.
Yeah.
Like, and that feels so fucking good. Like, cause you have all that extra time in between to kind of just catch up on whatever you need to catch up on with, which is cool. And then being that we've created this awesome format for us with the podcast, our Fridays and our catch up reviews are all based on nerd shit.
Hell yeah.
Things that we fucking love to check out. I think the only thing we're lacking is the idea that I know you like wrestling and we don't really cover wrestling. And gang, wrestling, gang. On God. That's my favorite word so far. On God. And then Robert over here talking about the fucking Astros in the fucking chat. I was like, what the fuck is that, bro?
I was surprised. Like, come on, bro. You got that,
right? You were like,
no,
Robert,
no,
I baseball too?
No, I knew what the fuck he was talking about, but I mean, why don't you? Like, you gotta know what he was talking about. The Houston Astros are in the World Series, bro. Like, are you aware of this?
What that even means?
See?
I don't even know what that means.
What the fuck?
How long has that been going on?
The World Series? Probably for like the last like 200 years. I don't know.
Oh fuck! Oh shit! I'm behind. Shit, I'm way behind this sport.
How long has that been going on?
Yeah. Is that like cricket in the UK? What the fuck are the Astros? What is an Astro to begin with? Jesus Christ!
Oh shit!
I don't even know what that is. What? Okay, Mike says they pulled a clean sweep.
Yeah. So as a longtime Yankee hater, I was so glad that the Houston Astros swept the Yankees. Man, that was amazing. I love it. I love to see it. You love to see it.
So you're into baseball too?
I'm into sports, dude. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's considered a sport. Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
That's considered a sport.
Yeah. Oh, shit,
I would. You know what? Now, you know what? I would love to know what you. I mean, since you just talked about like that, what do you consider a sport? Because it seems like just I got so much information just from that one comment that you have a disdain for certain sports. So
just what anything combat sports, anything combat is what I consider more of a sport. And I don't know why, but it's more of the idea of the one-on-one format rather than team on team. I'm not really like a big team on team person. Okay. Like even when Russia has their like fucking 5-on-5 MMA fights, I'm like, well, this is out of hand. This is way out of hand. Like even when that shit starts to become a thing, I'm a little weird. Dude, I'll even watch those fucking like, have you ever seen like the ultimate game of tag?
Yeah.
Trails, and it's like parkour people fucking running and chasing each other around.
I get nervous when I watch that.
Like, dude, I'm like, every time I watch that shit, I'm like, someone's gonna eat a fucking
someone's gonna bar right in the fucking
right
grill.
In the fucking mouth, dude. Just teeth
right
gone.
In the grill.
They're gonna stand up, they're gonna smile and everything gummed out, dude.
Like that's a lot of fast action movement and nothing happening.
I don't even know how to fucking think that fast.
Yeah, I get nervous.
That's like whenever you watch you know what fucking videos fuck me up real bad that I get a lot of anxiety for no reason. I could be sitting on the couch not doing anything, and one of those videos of like a first person view of someone in a mountain bike going down like a little trail like that's like in the middle
like
of
a
nowhere
GoPro or something like that. Yeah.
Fuck, dude, those give me so much anxiety because I know how clumsy I am on a bike.
Yeah.
Like me personally, and these guys are going down little trails, like tiny little trails, and it's like if they slip they go down a mountain, and it's like in my mind I'm like, why would you put yourself up there like for a GoPro action? Who's going to do that for the Vine or the views, dude? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's fucking crazy.
That's funny that you mentioned that because it reminded me, I just saw like a week or two ago where there was like a mountain climber and he was attacked by a bear and he just like pushed the bear off the mountain and shit. Like it was the wildest. Yeah, bro. It was the wildest shit. And the dude, the guy was so cool and he just like acted like he knew what to do and he survived. Now my ass, bro, I would have panicked. No,
and
that bear would have got me. The bear would have got me. I
would have been like, oh, what did they tell me to do in school? Like lay down and shit myself? Yep, yeah, I'm totally a part of this. And even if that wasn't even the rule set, I still would have done that.
Did anybody else in the comments see that, or am I the only one? Because that was some wild shit. Like the bear, just like the guy had a GoPro on. Yeah, so Michael saw it. Yeah, the guy had a GoPro on. He was climbing a mountain, and then like at the top of the mountain, like his destination, it was a fucking bear waiting for him. And I guess the bear. See, listen, the bear's plan of attack needed more thought. It needed way more thought. If he would have just stayed put and waited for the guy to get totally up the mountain, he would have had dinner like served on a platter for him. But the bear got a little bit too, anxious. He got a little bit overzealous and and went for it and ended up falling off the fucking mountain.
And you see, like with me, the news that I kind of catch with that kind of shit is like, it was 2 dudes being attacked by a bear, and one dude decided to use like jujitsu against the bear, and he fucking like attacked it for his friend. And I was like, yeah, the guy got fucked up either way, but still, like, you know what I mean? Like, he just needed to save his friend. What's up, Jimmy? How's it going? Shout out to everybody in the comments. We got Michael Betancourt in the comment section. We got Robert. We got Ernesto Estrada. We got Jimmy Rizzo. What's up, man? Thank you guys for joining the chat today. Thank you guys for jumping in. We're going to be talking some nerd stuff, of course. We're going to be talking about I got to see Black Adam, so we're going to be talking about that for sure. We heard this week also James Gunn is now the new head of DCU. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking, of course, we're going to be covering Guardians of the Galaxy, the trailers, and Ant-Man 3 trailer that finally dropped. And, of course, we're going to be talking about the early reviews and reactions that we've been getting from people without the embargo lifted or no spoiler talk, but all the stuff that's been going on with Black Panther. We're super excited. It's coming out next month. Literally got like 2 weeks left. Like 2 weeks left to get tickets. We're going to be talking about it. We're super excited. So we're going to be doing that. But we do have an event going on that is going on tomorrow here in McAllen at the 80s Brewery. And it's going to be awesome, guys. We have a gaming event. It's going to be really fun. We have Josh and Ham. Ham is the guys from Game. What is it? Game at Hams. That's what he calls it. And we also have Josh, Widowmaker Josh. He is part of a bunch of bands, Immortal Guardian, Sonic Boom. And Sonic Boom will be performing tomorrow. But we have it going on tomorrow. But Josh is actually here with us. Then he's going to be talking about the convention. We're going to bring him on right now. So you guys don't forget to talk about it. Don't forget to check us out tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. But let's go ahead and check this out. Josh, we're going to bring him in right now. Josh, what is up, my dude?
What's up, everybody?
That's a G cap, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. You got the sweater, you got the vest and everything. Terry Bogard style, man. What's going on? What's going on, man?
Good. Is my video looking all right? I don't know if it's all choppy.
Yeah, looking sharp. It's good. Are you on your cell phone?
I'm on a webcam, but I use the blur feature, and I don't know if it's like.
Oh yeah, it's choppy as shit.
It is, right?
Yeah, you look like you're recording with like an old flip phone, dude, from like a Nokia flip phone. Tell me what's going on, man. So how's everything been going? There you go. Fuck that filter, dude. Fuck that filter right there. Way to not plug logic in, right?
Yeah. So we've been preparing for tomorrow's event. We went all the way to San Benito and met up with the owner, got a trailer, and we brought DDR and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. We took it out there to 80s Brewery. So we're going to go late tonight, and we're going to set up and get ready for tomorrow. But yeah, so tomorrow, 80s Brewery, NanoCon. We are going to have tournaments. We're going to have vendors. We're going to have cosplay. We're going to have live music. And we have a guest, RJ Mide from Breaking Bad. He's going to be out there with this. So we're just super excited. It's crazy because out of nowhere, this event just dropped in front of my lap. And I made a few calls. I texted a few people. And the next thing we know, it just like blew up to what it's going to be tomorrow. But it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have we're going to have retro tournaments out there. So we're going to have stuff like Blitz. You know what I mean? I don't know if
Wow.
Yeah.
That's now, now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Okay, let me give you guys the roster for tomorrow.
Please.
Let's set the mood. 11 a.m. we open. We have a soft, start. Everybody can play some games and stuff like that. 12 o'clock, we're going to be doing Miss Pac-Man. That's the high score wins.
Okay.
At 12:30, we have Blitz. It's going to be 2v2. That's going to be on arcade cabinet.
Used to be the most frustrating game ever, yo.
I love Blitz, but NBA Jam is like
NBA Jam, yeah, that holds a special place, right? It definitely does.
And then at 1, we're gonna have Tekken 7. That's the only modern game on this setup, on this list, only because there is a Tekken scene down here, and they wanted to come out and come out to the event and duke it out. We have one. It's Tekken 7 at 1, and then we have every 30 minutes something is kicking off. So after that, we have Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. It's plus, so it's basically an updated version of Mortal Kombat 3 with the hidden characters already available for you and stuff like that. Pretty cool. And then we have Galaga, of course, classic. We're gonna do high score. Killer Instinct Classic, Super Street Fighter 2. Then we have the cosplay contest and the RJ the RJ signing, and then my band Sonic Boom will be closing at 5:00. So,
Damn, you guys are cramming in a lot within a short time frame. Like that sounds like there's a lot going on.
Oh
yeah,
most
no,
definitely.
it is definitely ambitious,
Yeah, there you
but
go.
it was just like I had a meeting with the owner and I was talking about Sonic Boom. And he's like, the way I see this kind of working is like an event like this can happen. And it just so happens that, between my sources and Ham sources and the people we know, this is kind of our business, so we just made some texts and some calls, and everybody was just super psyched. Like the first message back from everybody was always like, wow, the location, the time, the setup, the people involved. It was just like we knew we're gonna have a fun time tomorrow, which is what we're looking forward to, because we're all friends who really found a nice venue where we can hang out for a day.
That sounds
So-
amazing.
So we got a comment asking what type of tech we're going to be using. Well, how are you going to be doing the gaming sets anyways? Like, is it going to be through console, or how are we planning to do this?
Beautiful question. I am a nerd about these things. So everything is actually on their respective arcade cabinets, with the exception of Tekken 7. But beautifully, we wanted to cover all our bases, and we are going to have some retro consoles out there provided by Kinetic Entertainment Media. And these retro consoles, they're loaded with all the games, but running real hardware. And then we also bring PVMs. These are these little monitors like this big that are little CRTs that have 1,000 scan lines. So you'll never, ever, ever see a cleaner version. These consoles in a cleaner TV. This is just like the best of the best.
That's
What
great.
I mean? So like you kind of think about it. I mean, old games are just graphic. They're just little pixels. How amazing can it be? And it's like when you actually see it for yourself, you're like, wow, it pops. It's so vibrant. It's so beautiful. It's the way to play those games. So we're gonna have Nintendo, Super Nintendo 64, and GameCube and Wii running all.
Okay, so there's going to be console more. Like, there's going to be the entire setup's going to be like console and cabinets.
Wait. 1 second. I'm sorry, man. We couldn't get some type of like Dreamcast game in here, bro. Like to me, Dreamcast is like my favorite console of all time. It's the most underrated console of all time. Come on, man. You guys
What would
gotta
be your
do
game,
something.
It's funny
anything.
that you say that because I'm a big Street Fighter 2 player, and the guy that I did this with, he is as well. We go compete in like Dallas to go play Street Fighter 2.
Awesome.
And other than arcade hardware, the best way to play Street Fighter 2, the only good port is actually the Dreamcast.
Dreamcast, yeah.
So we have our Dreamcast modded with a Mr. Mode, and we run the entire library off of that.
That's
So
amazing.
We love to play Super Turbo. That like we play this game like 3-4 times a week sometimes. It gets ridiculous.
Yeah, the Dreamcast is probably like one of my best.
That is the most underrated.
Rival Schools and Battle Arena Toshiden were like my two favorite games, and of course you had like the Soul Calibur games first came out.
We would bring that out. We just did Anime Fiesta. Chris, you were there, and we had Typing of the Dead running on the Dreamcast, and we're using Dreamcast keyboards. Because that was House of the Dead too, but it was just like you would type in words and letter combinations to shoot zombies. It's the same game, but you just do that. And the Dreamcast is super underrated.
Nice,
definitely 1000%.
Brian, what would be your favorite game?
Listen, it's probably not the most I guess praise, but the first time I played Ready to Rumble, that was like the first game I ever played on Dreamcast. The first time I played Ready to Rumble, that changed my life. I know it sounds stupid, but like for some reason I was just so addicted to that game, and then went to Crazy Taxi. Then I was playing Resident Evil. I was playing just a whole bunch of different fucking shit on Dreamcast, and I actually ended up buying a Dreamcast, and it was my favorite. It just sucks that they just stopped. It really does.
Rad.
It was the timing, with PS1 or I think PS2.
Yeah, PS2.
Yes.
Came out because it was supposed to be PS1, but PS1 had already lived its life for the most part. So like they kind of ate it real hard, and what made it even worse for Dreamcast was there was no lockout. So people were just burning CDs of the game that you
Exactly.
wanted. It was nothing like there's literally you just do it and you're ready to
Yeah, you just do it. Yeah, for me, my favorite game on the GameCube was Rival Schools.
On
Like
GameCube.
Rival Schools, the fighting game.
On
The
GameCube?
Capcom fighting game.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. Do you remember that game or no, Josh?
No, I don't.
It was the one about it was all the high school kids. Akira. Well, what is it? Akira is the new girl that they just added in Street Fighter not too long ago. It's like a biker chick with like a skull biker helmet.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
Well,
about.
she came from Rival Schools, which is a really fucking fun game. I fucking love that game. It was all based on all the different like when you like in Japanese schools they have all their different like clubs. Like they have like a baseball club, a volleyball club, a wrestling team. They had the math club, but every one of them had to fight, like had to be fighters in like a school versus fighters. Like it was super cool. Which reminds me of like I mean, right now there's the fucking anime that's going on that everybody likes. I can't even remember it, but it's like those school fighting animes.
School. Okay.
Yeah. So
I know you're talking about P5 or something like that.
Persona 5.
No, that's not what you're talking about.
Yeah, that would be Persona 5, but no. Tokyo Revengers.
Okay.
So Tokyo Revengers is this anime that's going on right now where it's like it's all based on schools that beat the shit out of each other. Just a bunch of punk gang kids, like the biker gangs of Japan, but like when they were in high school. And it's so good. And Rival Schools just had all these really cool costumes, and it was very Street Fighter. You know what it reminded me of? Street Fighter EX plus Alpha. Like you remember that game is exactly like the same format, which is like that very virtual fighter.
Like the 3D thing? The 3D
yeah, the virtual fighter, right? But it's so good, Josh. It's so good. It's so good. They did it right though. They did it fucking right. Believe me. Oh shit, there's an anime. Yeah. Michael Betancourt knows Tokyo Tenji, Tango Tenji, which is an old anime where everybody just carried swords and shit and walked around with swords. But yeah, that was like my favorite fucking name. And then the other one was Battle Arena Toshinden. And that was like same kind of format, the 3D format, but people had like fucking crazy weapons. There was a dude literally with a fucking gun that could just shoot you from anywhere on the map. Like anywhere in the fucking battle arena, just be shooting rounds at you. This motherfucker was like 4D chess by that time, dude. Bring a gun to a fucking sword fight. Come on, man.
I got this to save me.
Yeah, there you go. Bust your sword action, dude. Fucking bust your sword action, dude. I don't got anything cool at my table right now.
See the resemblance, Zach and two busty swords together, just hanging out.
Oh, you got Squall, right?
No, it's Zach. It's Zach.
Zach, right? Which is a dude that what's his face is cloned after. Didn't they just say that they're gonna do a new Final Fantasy thing?
They are gonna release that game. I think it releases this year. If you haven't played Crisis Core, you're gonna get his story like retold. I think you should definitely play it because it's better.
What are you guys playing right now? As a matter of fucking fact, I must know, Brian, you too. What games are you guys playing? Because me and Brian, whenever we talk, it's like, oh, sometimes I'll jump on Fortnite. You know, there's like PUBG or Warzone. Like the battle royale scene is like super good, but I'm getting fucking tired of it. Like I'm getting so tired of it. So I've been playing Earth Defense Force 5. I don't know if you know what that game is. That's the one where you're just fucking shooting bugs, like Starship Troopers. Like it's literally, and it's bonkers. It's fucking bonkers. But what game are you guys playing like right now? What's your like muse?
For me, it's a lot of Street Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2.
I was gonna say the guy told you he plays that shit 3 times a week.
He's wearing the fucking Terry Bogart's costume like right now. It's like Halloween and he's wearing this shit out in the open. He's ready to go.
I'm so addicted. And then the other night, a few nights ago, I played the beta for 6.
Oh, no way.
I'm like,
is it looking good?
It's looking badass. And they have this graffiti thing. So like when you do their mechanic, whenever he does those moves, like there's like this wall of graffiti splatter behind you.
Yeah, the inking, right? Like the ink shit that they kind of brought. That looks so good.
But
looks
better
so
than
fucking
4,
good.
because 4 was like Chinese style inking, right?
Yeah, like the Sumi art.
Yeah. But
now it turned to graffiti art, so now it's like more vibrant.
Very.
And the graphics look amazing too.
They have this rush feature where it's like certain moves they dash cancel and like just womp somebody like through
Gotcha,
whatever, you know what I mean? So
we would call those chanclasos. That's awesome.
But that,
Brian, what about you?
I'm back into COD. I've been playing a lot of COD recently.
The new release or what?
No, the new release is in beta. The Modern Warfare 2. That's in beta. So I haven't had a chance to play that yet.
It looks
But
good,
I've been playing a lot of Apex. You know what? I was started playing Battlefront again. So I've just been like going back to like old games and just replaying them all
kind
over
of
again.
taking the chance, seeing if it's
Yeah,
still
because you know what? There's nothing out new that really interests me. And not only that, but I don't have much time to play at all, sadly. But yeah, that's what I've been playing right now. So
I have a huge, a big retro collection. I have like an Atari and every console, like
nice. All of them still working?
Yeah, and I fix all my stuff because I fix arcades like at 80s Brewery and Kaboom. And
oh, really?
So that's why we're all like, I run a studio full time. I play with a touring band and Sonic Boom, and then on the side I fix arcades and restore them. I just did an NBA Jam restoration. It was a piece of wood, nothing more, and I made it into a brand new NBA Jam tournament.
Have you ever come across the NBA Jam that actually has the Michael Jordan in it? I know like the early versions had him in it.
I just did in August.
Really?
So on the 20th, we went up to Dallas Free Play for a Street Fighter 2 tournament, and they're nerds like we are, so they have their NBA Jam, the new chipset put in, so that they have those characters, and they were just awesome. And he's so broken.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's dope.
So Josh, I must ask, dude. So tomorrow you guys are going to be performing with your band, right?
Yes, sir.
Give us a rundown on your band. I'm trying to find some fucking cool videos right now that I could post up while you're fucking talking about it and shit. I got you. I'm gonna play some shit right now. But tell us about you guys, man. Tell us about your setup, dude.
So, one moment to
check this out. Check this fucking shit out. So you guys can check it out. There you go. This is from Anime Boom.
Oh yeah.
This is from Anime Boom. Look at these dudes, bro. Look at Josh and the boys, dude, fucking jamming. So tell us about your stuff, man. Tell us about your setup and stuff.
Cool. So our setup is we are a live tribute to TV, movie, and video game themes. We play them all on metal. We play 8-string guitars, and we dress up like different characters. And you can see I'm Richter Belmont
from Castlevania.
Today, Rom, he's usually a Sith Lord, but today he was going for the smoke.
Yeah, smoke from Mortal Kombat and shit.
The noob Cybot. There you go. And then you have Zero. You have freaking Zero playing
on fucking drums, dude. Look at these guys. Look at these guys, dude.
So we used to be a 4-piece. We used to have a bassist, but sadly he's not.
Oh, this guy back here.
Yes. So what he is he's there with us virtually. We have his rig and his tracks come out because the way Sonic Boom runs is it's an hour show. And from start to finish, it's just completely running. So, we have an intro. Let me paint you a picture. It's not as good as seeing the real thing, but we'll see if we can get there. So you start out with an intro. Then we have, the Street Fighter intro. Then you got Ken's theme. Then you got Guile. And then once everything dies down, you see your favorite scene from Pokemon. And it's when Ash first gets Pikachu. And he's talking to Dr. Oates.
Nice.
And that scene plays, because we have simultaneous video and a light show to everything. So everything is seamlessly playing into each other. And then as soon as he opens the Pokeball to see Pikachu, boom, we hit the first note for the Pokemon theme. And everything just flows on just like that. Either you're seeing like an old commercial to a Tetris game or a Nintendo game, or you're seeing here we go.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear the sound though. I don't think you can. No. But this is like your personal stuff, right?
Yeah. So give it a little fast forward real quick, maybe.
Let me see if I can bring it in so you guys can hear it. I want you guys to be able to hear this, dude, because it's pretty fucking. They do really fucking well.
Yeah, no, I've been hearing about these guys. I'm talking to George in the comments. I've been here. I want to get out there and see them. I've been hearing about them since I've known Chris.
But I've been telling everybody. I have
a quick question. How long are your sets?
An hour.
So you're telling me. So you're telling me you make that poor guy on drums sit in that shit for an hour. Is that what you're telling me?
does
Look
it
at him.
himself.
He
Look at these
is
dudes.
he is dying. Get this man some water. He needs some water. He
He's
needs to be
dehydrated.
hydrated. What is this?
It's amazing. That's what this is, dude.
Castlevania, a Castlevania medley. A Creature of Chaos is the name of the castle from Castlevania. You would think, like, what is the name of that castle? It's actually they only speak of it as a creature of chaos because every time Dracula comes back, it takes a new form and accommodates to his.
I gotta ask real quick. Are you guys okay to hear the sound? Can you hear it?
I can actually.
I
can hear it.
Is it too loud or is it good?
It's perfect. It's like duck.
I have played
You can come up.
endless. I have played endless amounts of Castlevania 4 on Super NES, bro. Like that was like the first game I got for Super NES, and that shit I played endless amounts of fucking Castlevania. I love that game,
dude. It never fucking fails, Josh. That when we're at a convention and I know you guys are there, that every time the Guile song comes on, or like a Street Fighter song, like I know you guys are there. Like I 100% know it's you guys, and that's what I fucking love the most, dude.
And I just upgraded my costume, so I'm on my second version of Richter Belmont from Castlevania. Completely new fabric and sizing and stuff like that. You know,
look how epic this fucking video looks, though, dude.
Richard is the drummer, Zero. He's actually going to do a costume change. He is so over it.
Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why, because you have this guy jamming. This guy's got swamp ass for like 45 minutes of his hour set, bro. Like
he's got the fake, or he's got his feet here. You see how they look all badass.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't he takes those off live and puts them like on the side of the drum set because he just can't do it with those. But for the music video, you know, we had him put on the.
You know what makes me sad is I never took a picture with him with my Mega Man outfit. My big ass Mega Man one that I made like my first year of cosplaying.
So you're a costume builder,
and
you know how meticulous and time consuming a project like that. So just looking at the Zero outfit, what can you say about it?
Well, I mean, the helmet is really, really great, but you know what? Like with that type of material that he has, like it's hot as fuck, man.
No, yeah, but I'm talking build wise.
No, his builds are great. I mean, what's cool is like he's got mobility. Like it looks like even though like they are loose pieces, like you know, there are overbearing, like in the sense of like the shoulder pads, he's got mobility up and down with his arms. Like the gauntlets, they stick pretty well to where they're supposed to be without moving. But the Mega Man shoes and the way you wear like a diaper, like that shit is so difficult to move around with. Because the shoes on the bottom are made circular, so there's like a big wide, so it's like your foot and then like this much more space on the outside.
Yeah,
that you have to learn. So you end up waddling like a penguin, and you end up walking like this a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a lot, man.
It is.
It's a lot. So like out of all your guys' costumes, I think his is probably the hardest one to walk around with.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably the one that you guys have to wait for.
He has to like, you know, like.
Oh yeah, dude.
And you know what? He wears like a one suit that like comes all the way to his hair. And what's funny is like Zero's big long blonde ponytail, that's his long blonde ponytail.
Oh, nice.
So he makes a hole so that he can stick it out. But imagine
he pulls his hair out.
His hair goes past his ass. Okay.
That's fucking wild.
I'm trying my hardest to not imagine it. Like just looking at him makes me hot, bro.
He's gotta like mangle it and ponytail it and then put the onesie on and
the paint job is amazing though.
That's dedication. I love it.
And you know what? Like for it to last this long, like I give him fucking props, dude. As a prop maker, like I can't go like a whole con without some shit falling off my suit. This motherfucker's doing backflips in it. And I'm like, shit, dude. Like this guy's
tearing the underwear, but you know, he made it in the end of 2017, I believe.
I like that Samus is over here, like only half dressed over here. He left like the rest of his costume at home. Where's the bottom parts, man? Looking kind of creepy and shit.
Right.
But very, very cool, Josh. So how long have you guys been together with Sonic Boom and stuff, man?
So Sonic Boom, I pretty much like. I wouldn't say took over a band, but I totally took over a band. What happened was years ago, I was playing in the cover band. I had a guy from the scene hit me up. Hey, I'm doing a band. It's got like video game stuff. You want to do something? I'm like, man, thank you, but I'm too busy. Fast forward like 5 years or so, somebody else hits me up and is like, hey, I want to do a video game band, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, somebody was telling me about that once, but you know what? I'm actually down this time. And it ended up that it was actually that guy. He was the one leaving, the one who originally tried to recruit me, and I was coming in. So I came in with only one guy, he was the bassist at the time. He's the only guy I knew. So Rommel, the older silver fox haired art player, he was in the band, and the drummer, like, he didn't show up first practice. And what happened was he's like, hey, it was weird how everything happened, but it was just like perfect too. He was like, hey, we want to play Ramsey's event, the first Gamers Expo. Okay. We want to play Ramsey's event in like a month or 6 weeks or so. Like, would you be down for this band? And I was, and I learned, I spent 2 weeks learning the songs. And then I came in for the first practice and the drummer doesn't show up. And we're like 3 weeks out. And it was funny because they actually didn't talk to Ramsey about the gig. They only, they were just like talking about it. And I am friends with Ramsey. I went to go fix his arcades one day and I was like, hey, this video game band like says they want to come play your event. Yeah. This was at this past Gamers Expo, actually, in June. So I actually get us the gig that they were just only talking about. And then when the drummer wasn't showing up, the gig was like kind of already there. So I called Richard in, the drummer that we now have. And boom, he learns the songs, comes and knocks it out. And then boom, he's our drummer. We did one more show. And then I think after that, the bassist, the guy who brought me in, he left. And then I brought my own bassist, which is Joe, the one that's in the video. And then after a bit, we lost Joe because Joe does school and, you know, everybody's got a life.
Yeah.
So, you know, we just stuck to us three and we just thought it was a better way. Sonically, we're taken care of, like, in the way we run the set. You still hear Joe in the bass tracks there. He's actually pre-recorded and ran back through a bass rig.
Oh, nice.
So, you know, sonically he's still there. And I think, since it is a very guitar oriented band, you know, it's very lead and shreddy stuff. It's best that, you know, I think it works between us three. So we're keeping like that for now, but this is the trailer I made for our event tomorrow.
I was gonna say it looks fucking sharp as shit, dude.
Thank you.
And of course, what's really cool is we get a really nice advertisement for what the 80s brewery looks like. Like Brian being out that he's in Jersey, he doesn't really get to see this place.
Exactly.
So now that he gets to see like some cool fucking pictures of it, like this is the bar, like this is the club.
Yeah.
Brian. So this is what the place looks like.
This part is from the event, but everything else is the cabinets from the event. So I
those are actually the arcades at the bar.
Since I put together this whole thing, I have to do all my own flyers. I'm the one who creates all the flyers. I create this
dance floor.
So I told Ham, I was like, I need to go and shoot some footage when nobody's there real quick and just put a video. So I went 10 minutes, did slow-mo shots, do everything. Like you like walk fast and like do a bunch of slow-mo shots.
This was the other day during the club scene.
Yeah, it was last night. Yeah, that was last night actually.
Yeah, so this thing's pretty packed out. Fucking badass backgrounds, TV, like, and then look at it right there, boy. Anocon promote. So, a lot of people check it out. Look at the fucking Marshmallow Man up here, Galaga sign, dude. Miss Pac-Man. Look at this fucking Star Wars, dude.
The
Lost Boys.
Off.
That's so cool, man.
Another thing I want to add is
ET right there, dude.
Before Sonic Boom plays on stage all day, we are gonna have the best rock band experience you've ever had. You
got to tell us about this because I've been trying to explain it to people for days, and when I explain it, they're like, "What do you fucking mean?" I thought rock band was just a guitar, dude.
Yeah.
Wait, real quick. Michael Betancourt in the comment section. Shout out to Limon and George. Thank you for coming on the podcast. What's up, my dudes? Mike says, "Didn't we have Sonic Boom back at OmniCon in 2012? I remember Josh running all the sound for sure."
So funny thing is, I've known Mike since OmniCon days. I don't think Mike even really knows my story too much, but basically the year before they moved into the convention center, I was a junior in high school. I was attending the event all weekend. I stayed up all night and hung out with Ham. It was where I first met Ham, actually. And this was like 2011 or 2010. I first met Ham. I meet like the whole scene, and they needed help because they brought a like a Japanese rock band, and they needed half stacks. And I was like, I got a half stack. And I was like, let's just go pick it up in Mission. And we picked up a half stack. I ended up running sound for them and proved my skills even at a young age. And they were like, we're going to have you in charge of stage.
They were like, you're the man or what?
You're the man.
Yeah,
so
you're the man. Let's go.
I ran their stage until their last, every year that they were at the convention center, I was running sound there. And I would source all the equipment and go in and do my thing. And my first year with them was Johnny Bosch, I Shine.
Oh, Johnny and Bosch. Yeah,
needed to not only run sound, but to provide a complete backline. That's drum kit, that's 2 guitar half stacks, a bass rig, and the PA and the mic, and you got to run the sound for everything. So that's how I started working with them. Sonic Boom actually did not become a thing until our first gig at Gamers Expo in 2016. Badass. So we've pretty much been doing Ramsey events mostly. You know, me and Ramsey are good friends. I record his band, and I've known him since I was a young teenager. I think I was like 13 since I've known Ramsey. So, you know, I'm really thankful that he's always helped us out in that regard, and we've got a chance to play for some really amazing crowds. Anime Fiesta last year we played, and I had just gotten off a 6-week tour, and there was like 400 of these kids packed in there in the smaller room, you know, the room that they do the stage, you know what I mean, not the main event room.
Yeah, the second
one.
They
were just like all about it, giving me so much energy. And like we play Super Mario Bros. And what I do is I do this old Super Mario ad commercial, and the kids are going Mario in the ad, in the video that they're watching. So I get everybody's doing
the Mario thing.
Mario.
And then it just starts up. Yeah, it just goes wild and shit.
Yeah. So Rock Band, we didn't even get to Rock Band.
Segue. Running it back.
Experience. This is what it is. Basically, we're running to you a Rock Band format, which is 2 guitars, 2 Guitar Hero guitars, and a drum kit. But the drum kit is not just an ordinary Rock Band drum kit. This is a professional electronic kit.
Oh shit!
With double bass pedal, 4 toms, snare, and 4 cymbals. And
that's like a whole fucking drum set. Jesus Christ, dude!
And what we're actually playing is not Guitar Hero or Rock Band. We're actually playing Clone Hero. And Clone Hero, what it allows you to do on top of putting any song that you want in its library, is it allows you to play pro drums. And pro drums is exactly like playing drums. The way we have it set up, for the most part, if you're a drummer and you know the song, you're just going to play the song and like while you're watching what's going on, because that, to me, I'm literally reading music. It registers cymbal hits and shell hits. So like you'll have a yellow cymbal, it's got a little spike on it, and you'll know it's a yellow cymbal, or you can use a crash, they're interchangeable. Or you'll just have a regular yellow note with no spike. That means it's a tom, and they're different. So even though they're the same color, they're not the same pad. You know what I mean? And since they already format their stuff to a real drum kit, everything is just perfect. Like I'm playing like Rush and Nirvana and Metallica. Oh my God, we did it at the Anime Fiesta this month, and it was just a hit nonstop. People were on the scene. Can I play the drums? Can I play the guitar and play this? And I heard like
everybody doing Master of Puppets because of
6 times.
Fucking Stranger Things or what?
Yeah, exactly. And then on top of that, we have karaoke style vocals. Now, what it is Clone Hero allows us to turn down the main vocal all the way, which is a karaoke track, and it displays the lyrics on screen for every song. It just does that because Clone Hero doesn't actually support vocal like mics, like Rock Band style, where it's got the pitch. but it'll show the lyrics for you so everybody can sing along.
That is so rad.
So we hooked that up to, you're going to have that on the stage in front of our band setup, and you're going to feel like a rock star while you play your favorite songs.
So like, is that going to be a part of the tournament also? Or is that kind of like free to play? Like
free to play, just
okay.
Everybody, in fact, I have a host, Michael Murphy of Kinetic Entertainment Media.
Oh yeah.
Who's supplying all of our consoles. He's going to be hosting that. So he's going to be singing. I'll be going up singing. My wife will be going up singing. And we want to rotate people and get people up there because it's really easy to get people into the rock band aspect. But, you know, the karaoke, we want everybody to get out of the shell and, you know, have some fun with that. So we're going to be doing that probably pretty much till start at open. We're going to just start it. You know, and it's a great way to just break the ice. You know, people are going to come and check out the vendors, play games, see that's going on. And then every tournament, close to the end, RJ signing, cosplay, and then sign. Boom.
So, So break it down for us a little bit more. Like what are we expecting on the walk-in? So like when you, like, let's say you get to the event, you park your car in the parking lot. What is it we're going to spot right away? Like, is it outside vendors, only inside?
There's going to be inside and outside vendors. So if you're familiar with the Uptown on Olana, it's a plaza of, you know, business, restaurants and bars. And we're going to be the ones with vendors out in the front and a line going out because it's going to get packed. I tell you.
You're ready. You're like, we're putting money down on how packed this shit's going to get.
So we're going to be out there. You're gonna tell right off the bat which place it is that's going on, and then you're gonna walk up. It's a free event, so you know there's not really any place you got to go buy a ticket. You just walk in, and as soon as you walk in the doors, you got arcades to your left. You're gonna have a bar. You're gonna see that beautiful all those mannequins, like those structures that they have, like the Terminator and the Darth Vader and all that. You're going to see that to your right. And then once you get past that, the area that you're looking at, all those tables are being removed and we're putting vendor tables. So you're going to have an alley that you walk through. When you look to your right, you're going to see arcades. And when you look to your left, you're going to see consoles and stuff going on. And then in the middle, right before the stage, is where we're going to put all the vendors, any vendors that are inside, and there's going to be vendors outside. And then you have the dance floor. To your left of the dance floor, when we do RJ signing, he's going to be out there. And then, of course, the dance floor is in front of your stage. So you can come up and just enjoy the event, some rock band. You know, some people will be performing, in a sense, playing rock band, because a lot of people just like to watch. Literally, as groups of people come in and they have, like, you know, two of the friends or even the one person going in to play rock band, and they have their whole posse of people watching them play rock band. And it's cool because, you know, you always want to keep music going on in that type of environment. So it's going to be like real in a sense, you know what I mean? And you're not going to hear. We took all the effects noise off so that it isn't ruining the song.
Oh man, that kind of sucks, man. You gotta leave that in, bro. Come on, that's kind of cheating.
The fucking depressing part when the audience is like, "Boo, get the fuck off,
bro." No, see that you gotta put some pressure on them, bro.
Yeah, you gotta give them that heat, man.
Let me tell you what happened was when we first did this iteration, we didn't do Clone Hero. We did real copies of Guitar Hero. But the problem is have you ever been in a bar and this guy of the whole band is just like failing the same song 3 times over? And like, let's say they're decent, but they're not decent enough to like last the whole song. So you'll be there. Like this one time I'm singing Queens of the Stone Age, like super high. And then, like, you know, you're up there and then boom, he fails, restart the song. We did it like 3 times. And after that, I was like, nah, I'm done. You know what I mean? It totally.
That's harsh. That's fucking harsh.
For the people there too, you know what I mean? They're just kind of like, you're hearing the same song, like, you know, the same intro, you know. So Clone Hero is no fail. And on that regard, we don't make
Cheating.
you feel bad for
That's
your
cheating,
mistakes.
bro.
Participation awards, Josh.
Nah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, nah, man.
Everyone's gonna go in there and think they're amazing at shit.
Yeah,
Scores
bro.
still count. And then, but what's beautifully and humbling at the end, like total note count 2,000 notes hits 30.
So this is a location that we're on Nolana that we're looking at.
So
the Nolana Towers, if you guys need to know where it is, the shopping center in Nolana Tower. There's the Memorial Mustangs big thing in the McAllen area. This is Nolana. This is the plaza it's at. It's this building back here, but this is a previous picture from a while back before the 80s brewery was established. So I don't know why McAllen and Google don't fucking update their shit here in the valley. They think we don't grow or we don't exist.
I know,
but it's still some engineering firm
now, if you've noticed.
Oh yeah, most def. Yeah, there's a lot of these places that are still around, and we, like I said, we have the 80s brewery. It's in this plaza that's right here.
Is that right one in the corner, but in the back?
This one, right? No, this one right here. Yeah, it's this little plaza that's over here. If I get closer, you'll see. Like, it's not even fucking. I'll show you right now, Josh.
Oh no!
Fucking Google doesn't believe we're real people, dude. Look at this shit. They don't even update this shit. But the 80s brewery is this building, right?
Yep, exactly. That's exactly it.
Right now, it's Jump for Kids in this picture, which it's not what it's going to be about.
Yeah, like they don't even have the, like, you see how it's closed off for Suerte? Mm-hmm. They have that on that side now as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, Josh, I have to ask though. So we're doing this at 11 a.m. in the morning. This is a club. This is a club scene. But why is it that we're doing it at 11 a.m. and not like at a more evening time?
Because we wanted to go family friendly.
Okay.
This is an all ages event. So it's just a chance for this community to go out and enjoy some of this without the whole nightlife, lifestyle, because a lot of people aren't exactly for that. So instead of bringing them into that environment where it's obviously going to be bumping on a Saturday, in Uptown, we knew our demographic and where we are placed in McAllen, and we thought it would be a good chance to, bring people together for something like this, because, and then if you are a regular bar goer, you'll see what's going on, and maybe it'll bring you into something new, and we can, discover some new players or something.
Okay. Very cool. So, tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Give us a rundown real quick where they can,
it's actually 5, but the Sonic Boom starts at 4. So we start at 4 and our set runs for an hour.
And is it going to be a free event or is it going to be per paid entry?
Completely free event.
That is so cool. Yeah, also, we had some questions earlier. This was off chat for RJ Mitty. What's going to be the thing for RJ? Like, how's he going to get there? How did you even come across the idea of getting RJ?
So the owner of 80s Brewery actually owns another place in Westlaco. I think it's 80s Bar and Grill. And RJ comes in every once in a while, and he became friends with the owner. And when we schemed this up with the owner, he's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna hit up RJ. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool. And then like a few days later,
he said, yeah. He's a cool cat, dude. He's a gamer too, man. He loves his stuff. So
that's awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be great to see him out there, and there's some people excited. We've had people messaging us.
Yeah,
what time he goes on? He is going to be going on at 3 to 4. Mm-hmm. He's going to be
now. Is the schedule going to be where like he gets there casually early? He's going to mingle a little bit with the people, like enjoy the areas. Like,
I haven't gotten that type of word, but I would hopefully assume so. But
that'd be cool. I think it'd be one of those nice events. There's something that's been going on with the con scene where I feel like having it to where that we could allow the attendees, like the special guests, being able to mingle freely a little bit more. I mean, yeah, they'll have like someone watching over them, but being a little bit more camaraderie with the people, I think that's really nice.
Yeah, I mean, nobody tolerates anything anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So nobody wants to deal with a childish man baby or something.
Yeah, fucking being super pain in the ass.
Everybody's like, we want to have some matches together. We want to enjoy some games, reminisce of the good old days when these games reigned supreme, So
it would have been cool. We had an Unreal tournament. I would have taken everybody out, dude.
Oh man, that's actually one of my games for PC. Quake 3
Unreal.
and Unreal, but every time I play Quake 3, people always get me, but Unreal is the only one that I've been able to like.
Unreal
Because of the
wild, man.
pace.
Back in the day shit.
Pace,
Halo
like,
2,
you know
man.
what I mean?
Right, Brian? Halo 2 or what?
I don't, honestly, we've had this discussion. I'm not a big Halo fan, bro. We've had this discussion.
Halo 3? Yeah. I like Halo 1 and then Halo 3 online, and that pretty much ends there.
Yeah, Halo 1 is it for me. I didn't care for it, to be honest with you.
And
You
if
know
you
what I
guys want to
fucking
hear the
miss?
Halo theme tomorrow, come check us out because we totally do
Most
that.
definitely. Most def. But you know what? I was just talking about to a couple friends about this the other day. I miss Halo co-op, like online, being able to do it with my friends, like games like that. There's something about the co-op experience that I'm kind of missing. So
Oh yeah.
hopefully soon we get that again. We're gonna have hopefully we have Thor Ragnarok coming out soon. No, God of War Ragnarok. That game looks good. Oh, and then they just had the recent release of Gotham Knights. Was that the recent game that came out with all the Robins and shit?
You're asking me? It's
Yeah,
not
bro.
out. It's not out yet. No, it's not out.
Okay. So Josh, I want to say thank you very much for jumping into the show. I know you guys got a lot of work. You guys are gonna probably go do your setups and all that good stuff. Anything else going on, dude? I know you just released a trailer for your band Immortal Guardian.
So we just came out with a song called Perfect Person, Immortal Guardian. We're on M Theory Records. It just got featured on Metal Injection.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Metal site for metal news if you guys want to stay updated. And we're a power metal band that plays classical, stylish in a modern way and a shred-tastical way. So we got an album that's going to be coming out next year. We have about 3 tracks released for that album. Go check us out on Spotify, Immortal Guardian. And yeah.
Excellent work. Guys, don't forget tomorrow also at NanoCon, we have a cosplay event that's going to be happening. Myself and CC Builds are going to be the judges. It's $100 prize. Is there an entry fee for the cosplay contest? And I have people hitting me up this week if there was a sign-up time for people that are going to do the cosplay contest.
So the way we're going to run it, pretty much the way it's going to go tomorrow, is registration is at 11, but as long as people are there before and they register for cosplay they can enter. Okay. The only thing, cosplay is free, and I don't think we're going to cap it. We might cap it, we might not. I don't know exactly. It just depends on how it kind of turns out. We don't know what kind of turnout we're going to have as far as cosplay goes. But we want everybody up. We want everybody to get in for free and just have a chance to win some prize money. The arcade tournaments are, if you want to enter an arcade tournament, it's $3 only because that funds the pot. The pot. So like we have, everyone is a $25 prize, but every entry is $3 added to the pot.
Nice.
Very, very cool. Very cool. Excellent, man. We can't wait. It's going to be a fun event. We're going to be there tomorrow. I'll be doing some live videos, interviewing people, just getting a good shot environment. So that way we can make sure Brian feels like he's there too. Because as Brian's not around, I really want to bring Brian. I was telling Brian that the next time he comes down to the Valley, that Ham is going to hook us up at the warehouse, and we're going to party hard, and we're going to do a whole event there.
Yeah,
we're going to do a whole ass event at the warehouse, dude.
Now we're talking. Yeah.
It's going to be a party.
I'm in there.
Yeah. But Josh, like I said, I want to thank you for jumping in. I know you got to go. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you again next time, man. We'll bring in Immortal Guardian next time to interview you guys.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah. Have a good one, and we'll see you, bro.
See y'all tomorrow.
Laters. Woo! All right, so you guys heard it here. Tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m. at the 80s Brewery NanoCon. Guys, don't forget, it's going to be a great event. 11 to 5. Don't miss out. We're going to be there. Brian.
Yep.
What is up? Let us get into our nerd parts of the conversation. Comment section has been going wild. We have some weird ass motherfucker in the comments.
I swear to God, Rob, that's the first thing I thought of. See, Rob's a good guy. He remembers shit like this, bro. He's like, because you were talking about me coming out there and you're gonna take me somewhere, and Rob was like, they're gonna party. Dude. There you go.
It's the best Applebee's you've ever had, dude.
Jesus Christ.
It's going to taste authentic Applebee's. I don't even know what that fucking means. Okay, so going on to the first part of the conversation, we got some really cool stuff coming on this week when it comes to our nerd news stuff. So guys, this past week, Of course, everybody in the comment section was like, Chris, don't fall back. You need to get your ass to the theater to watch this. Even Brian was like, Chris, you need to get out to the theater to watch this. And I finally had the opportunity to watch Black Adam, The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson coming
I honestly did not think you were going to watch it. I said to myself after last week's show, I was like, he's not gonna watch this fucking.
You were thinking I was like so fucking like, nah, Chris ain't gonna watch
this. I was like, there's no chance. There's no shot he's gonna watch this movie. No way.
Yeah, no. I got to see it, and
what you
straight
think?
up, it wasn't bad.
Okay,
it was not bad. I really enjoyed the fuck out of it. Overall, the experience. I don't know who's out there right now that's seen the movie. If you've seen it, put it in the comment section what you guys think. I mean, like on a scale of 1 to 10. I would give it like a high. I'd give it like a 7.5, 8, maybe close to a 9. I feel like The Rock himself went into this knowing exactly what he was expecting.
What do you mean?
From what I've heard is The Rock himself has known about the Black Adam comic book character for a while. And there's like even like he even brought in like a fucking video and an interview of him telling people that he was one day going to play the Black Adam in film. Like when he was like in high school or some shit. Like he already had like an established idea on who Black Adam was in the DC universe. That's cool. Cool on him for knowing the character. But when he went into this film, I feel like he like, if there's one thing that The Rock does fairly well is I think he listens to the audience. He's not, of course, one-on-one with his fan base, but he works very well to listening to the herd idea of what the audience is saying. And I think he knows what the people in the audience wanted from a DC film. What he gave us was a normal format for a superhero film. It wasn't something that, I mean, even the big reveal of who he was didn't really feel like a big reveal. It was just one of those like, I knew it. I knew that was going to happen. Like you just kind of felt those things, but it didn't feel like it was corny or cheesy. It felt okay. Overall, I think the experience in the film was good. I think the guy who played the Falcon or Hawkman did an amazing fucking job.
What do you think? You said that you give it like a 7.5, 8. Yeah, 7.5. What kept it from a 10? Tell me what you didn't like about it. What stood out besides the predictability of it?
I would just say like they had the two characters, the Cyclone and Atom Smasher. Those two characters were kind of just like thrown in there. Like I didn't feel like they had enough build up. Like there was like this kind of like this idea that like Atom was kind of like macking on Cyclone. She really wasn't falling for it too much. They have that one interaction where she's like, oh, well, I have some background in science. And he's like, oh, well, I just got a suit. Like the banter of them was fine, but I didn't feel like there was enough like value given to each of those characters. So that when they showed up on the battlefield, they were almost like comedy relief. Because you look at the way that they did the Dr. Fate and the way they did Hawkman, both of those characters in every shot carried a lot of value. They even built up on this weird backstory that they even have this like camaraderie that's like they're very team based. Like, you know, they have a lot of history, even though we don't see that on film or there's no flashbacks that give us that they've been in combat or in battle situations before. You know that there is like this gravitas when Dr. Fate dies, that it puts a lot of like, turmoil on Hawkman.
Okay.
You don't really get that from the other two characters. The other two characters are kind of like, you know what it felt like? Like Iceman and Rogue in the X-Men films back in the day.
Okay.
You don't really like, you see them and you know their characters and you see the little romance thing that they throw like in some shots of the movie, but they're not as important to you as Jean Grey and Wolverine and Cyclops, right? They're not as important as those three, or even Beast. When Beast is in the second movie and he's flipping around doing a bunch of crazy shit. The other characters that are smaller, you don't really give a shit about them. Like you're like, well, that's cool, but show me what Wolverine's doing. You know, show me. What
I think for an introduction and it being a Black Adam movie, I'm okay with how they were portrayed. I didn't need to see more of them. I think that wasn't the movie for us to get their in-depth backstory or where they're from, or even their relationship to grow, because it would have taken away from what I came here to see. I
Yeah,
didn't
which
come
is
here.
Black Adam.
Yeah, I didn't come here to see them. I came here to see Black Adam. So I'm okay with it, but I do understand.
Yeah, that's why to me it really wasn't like, it's not like a perfect movie. Like by all means, like it's pretty much where you can like you know what's coming. Like all the parts played off the way it is.
Mhm.
Like the only thing that I would say was portrayed pretty well to me was like how nonchalant the character acts being a character out of time, like out of his time period. Like he's just going through walls. Like I like the continuity that he's strong all the time. Like it's really weird because like my biggest thing in continuity when it comes to superheroes is, as an audience, we don't really think about like the romanticized parts of superhero stuff. So when you see like Superman and Lois Lane, or let's just say Superman in general, if someone falls out of a building and Superman's supposed to catch him, what does it feel like to be caught by a person that can slam through walls and not feel brick or stop bullets with his skin? It would feel like you're being caught by a forklift. Like imagine a forklift catching you and you falling out of a 9-story building.
Okay.
It would hurt like a motherfucker. You can't be like, no, it's going to be soft, because he's not soft, which is the equivalent to like if Lois Lane kisses him when they have a romantic scene, it's almost like her kissing like a refrigerator. Like it's metal. It's like, it's not soft. There's nothing soft about that situation.
Yeah.
This movie explains that so much more better. When he like walks through the couch and the heavy guy's like on it and it's like nothing. He flies through the wall and it doesn't really phase him. People are shooting at him and he's like grabbing bullets like they're nothing in the air. Like it's very, very cool. Like those things, like there's an OSHA for superheroes. Fucking George, you get out of here, dude. That's awesome. OSHA. That's funny, dude. You got your hard hat on, boy. Yeah, it was pretty cool to see those kind of things in action. The other thing that I was kind of like about was Dr. Fate's powers. Like I didn't really know what like their thing was. Like I get it. He like mass produced himself to like hold the rock, which was cool. I don't know what that shit was that he threw down on him. That was like a bunch of like fragmented glass. Yeah. He threw it at Saba, or I forget, Sabal, and he threw it at the rock at the same time. Not at the same time, but he put him like in that weird situation. They didn't do shit to him. Like they just walked out of that shit like it was nothing. I just didn't know what it was supposed to be.
They again, that's if I did have any nitpicks about the movie, it is they really don't explain anybody but Black Adam in the movie. But again, I'm okay with it, to be honest with you. His power set was awesome. I don't know where it comes from. They don't really give much of in-depth detail about what the helmet really does, other than he can see the future, or he can see the outcome of any specific situation, and that he's got like some Doctor Strange abilities, more or less.
You see, like this is one of my that was one of my major concerns, was how they were gonna establish the helmet in the continuity of the DC studio now, not DC EU. Is that in the comic books, it's established more that there's like consequence, that the helmet itself is not, because I don't understand when Dr. Fate's like, it's a curse or whatever the fuck, because it doesn't feel like a curse if you put it on and you just fucking use superpowers. Like,
well, it's a curse because you're giving the outcome to something that you probably can't change. It's like you're seeing the future to something bad that you can't change.
But that's not really like, that doesn't. So, well, to me, that doesn't feel like a consequence, because you're still doing superhero shit. Like, and it doesn't seem like Dr. Fate's like, well, I'm gonna kill this baby.
So if you're able to see the future and you're not able to change it, you don't think that's a curse or a bad thing?
No.
You're seeing your guy Hawkman die over and over and over again, and you know that you can't do anything to stop it, or if you do know there's something to stop it, it's even probably a grave
consequence for you, or something like a grave situation. But it's like he says, like it's not the fact that he needs to change the outcome, but he could change the scenario to get there. So like even with that, like Hawkman was supposed to die, but he didn't, because Dr. Fate was like, I'm gonna sacrifice myself. So he was able to change the future. That was like the whole weird purpose of that whole entire part, where he's like, I'm gonna trap you outside this box, and I'm gonna go do this shit. And then he uses that to bring Black Adam back, right? He helps him to bring him back in that situation.
Yeah.
But he was able to change that outcome. Like, so that was this whole thing that he couldn't, and he still did. So yeah, I didn't see it as I still don't see it as a curse. To me, it was one of those things. Like, the curse to me is Mike, you can tell me if you disagree in the comments, but I think the curse would have been more of, like I told you the last time, where when he puts the helmet on, you sacrifice your whole life to the character. You don't sacrifice just the moment, because from there, why even have it to where the helmet only sticks to one person? Because later on you see that Hawkeye or Hawkman uses the helmet also, and he's able to like replicate himself a bunch of times because he puts it on, doesn't he? Or he holds on to it, because I don't even know how that worked. Like, how did he use the powers if he was just holding on to the helmet?
Because from what we weren't told exactly how it works.
It's not really explained.
But even Dr. Fate, he doesn't put it on to use the powers. You just have to touch it, and you're able to use the powers.
And you're able to use the powers.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't remember seeing that in the movie. But if you saw it, then I remember.
Because when he's sitting, it's sitting in the chair next to him. He touches it. He's able to see the future,
and he's able to fucking get like a vision. He goes on a vision.
So you don't necessarily have to put it on to use it. You just have to be touching it.
So why even fucking just put it on a backpack, bro? Like, don't even put that bitch on. Like, put it on your knuckles, man. Put your hand in it. Punch someone.
So all right. So listen. So you like the movie. I like the movie. Most of the people that I know like the movie.
Yeah, it was cool.
The first week, it did about 83 or 84 million, which is slightly ahead of the Hobbs and Shaw movie with Dwayne Johnson. So this is gonna this movie
be compared to that shit
because it's his second highest first week grossing movie. So that's the only reason why I bring it up. So now Black Adam is his number one leading first week at the box office with basically 84 million. So why do you think it's been getting such bad reviews? And not only that, but do you think the fact that this is still kind of technically considered a loss in the eyes of DC, do you think this had any effect on him not getting the EP role as the DCU's next Kevin Feige, if you will? Like, do you think that had anything to do with it?
I don't know. That's a hard way to kind of visualize it. For me, I think Black Adam is a major win for DC. I think it's a major win. You know, Henry Cavill on his own was able to.
In what regard?
The Rock was able to literally call up Henry Cavill and be like, "Hey, man, I have a plan." And I mean, I can't go and I don't want to chalk this up and be like, "Yo, Henry Cavill 100% came back to DC because The Rock phone called him and said he's got a plan." I don't want to say that that's the fucking purpose Henry Cavill came back. Because that sounds stupid as fuck, dude.
What do you think?
Can you imagine that shit? Like, can you imagine?
No, that's what happened. Why else do you think he got? Why else do you think
I don't believe that shit.
Wait, hold on. Time out. You're telling me that you think Henry Cavill came back because he just loves being Superman?
That's one part, and then he loves money. I think he likes making money. That's what I think it is. Because I mean, why else would you not want to take a job of a character that's like loved by millions, that you make money for that franchise and you make royalties for the rest of your life, and you're literally the biggest comic book character on film in history, and people literally love you just for wearing a costume.
So, all right, listen, I hear you, right? He definitely came back.
It's like, wait, I gotta get this.
He definitely came back for The Rock. There's no other reason why he came back.
So weird, man.
So weird. You're saying that you think this is a win for Warner Brothers. Why again? I don't think you ever really said. Why do you think this is a win for Warner Brothers?
I think this kind of puts the flame back in it, man. It's one of those things like right now, the only thing in cinema that's making any type of movement is Marvel. And no one else is really getting at that. You look at that movie that just came out with Christian Bale. What was it? Gal Gadot, or what was it? There was a couple people that came. Let me see. Christian. There's a movie that just came out. Christian Bale movie.
So I'm going to tell you why you're looking that up. I'm going to tell you why this is an L for Warner Brothers, and I'm going to tell you, Mike, too. Because guess how much the budget was for this movie. Guess how much this movie took to make.
How much?
Guess. It made now mind you, it made 84 million first week.
Fuck, I wouldn't even know where to consider that, dude. I wouldn't even know where to look at that.
200 million. Cost them 200 million.
84?
And he only made 84.
Shit.
Yeah. This is not a win. This is not a win for Warner Brothers. This is a loss. So because of that, they went in the other direction. They were probably waiting for the numbers to come out to see exactly what kind of draw The Rock has for a DC property. It costs, I think, 190 or 195 to make, and he only pulled in 83 the first week. So he'll probably at some point get to that 200 million, but it's not the this movie should have came out in the summer. I think that would have helped him out a lot. So I understand what you're saying. It may, as fans, may revitalize the the Warner Brothers property or the IP that is, the DCEU.
Yes,
but from a number standpoint, I don't know, man.
I mean, think of it this way, dude. Like, okay, so remember, I was just saying that Christian Bale just recently made a movie. It's called Amsterdam. This movie came out literally a couple of days ago, and it's not a Marvel franchise. It's not anything that has to deal with superheroes. Rotten Tomatoes got it at 33%. And the audience score is 62%, which, I mean, that's like, a lot of movies going on right now where the audience and critic scores are two different sets. This movie, box office grossing to right now, only $13.9 million. Like, and that's a movie that literally, listen to the cast. I'm gonna spout off some of the cast. Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John David Washington, Chris Rock, Anna Taylor-Joy, Zoe Saldana, Michael Shannon, Rami Malek, fucking who else? Taylor Swift's in it. Fucking Timothy Olyphant's in it. Robert De Niro's in it. Like Michael Myers, literally fucking Michael Myers is in it. You got a cast of a bunch of A-list actors. And it's only making a movie of like 13 million compared to a film that literally The Rock just made.
So, Mike, yes. So it was the number that I just gave you was only domestic, but international, I think it's like 79. It's 71 domestic and 75 internationally. So they still didn't even break even yet.
Yeah, they're not going to break even for what the film's worth. And it was 8 years in the making too.
They haven't even broke even.
Yeah, 8 years in the making.
I'm sure they will recoup the money at some point within maybe like a month or two or whatever, but that's not the reaction they were looking for. They were looking for a $1 billion property.
So with that, by chance, we know that The Rock was up in talks to be like the Kevin Feige of the DCU. And he didn't get it. They ended up giving it, of course, to, we heard this past week, it was a James Gunn, the guy behind Guardians of the Galaxy, and the new feature Suicide Squad that's in the DCEU also. Let's look up the numbers for the Suicide Squad movie. What did they do grossing box office numbers and comparing it to what The Rock just did? Because that also has to play a factor then too.
You're saying, so wait,
let's say Suicide Squad, because we're looking at the idea of what they made box office, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see.
I don't think that's a fair comparison though, because like the celebrity of Dwayne Johnson is way bigger than Suicide Squad as a property or James Gunn as a director.
I don't know. I would not know that, because you're looking at James Gunn, the guy who literally made two of the biggest MCU movies, or one at least, and then the second.
So you're saying that if you polled everybody in the world, there would be just as much people that would know what James Gunn looks like as Dwayne Johnson.
Wait, say that again.
So you're saying, all right, I'm not even going to pose a question. In no universe is James Gunn as big of a superstar as Dwayne Johnson. And not only that, but if you, again, just look at the numbers, that tells you right there, like James Gunn is a decent director, but he's not on the level of the star power of Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, but we're talking about film.
No, we're talking about
if you're talking about the individual as a star, yeah, The Rock's way better.
Yeah,
but we're talking about a reason why people are going to bring him in to make and to take care of multiple films
because of his star power. You're not bringing him in because he's a sweaty nerd, because that's not what he is. You're bringing him. You're
not going to bring him in if a person doesn't have the same directing value or film creating as a guy like James Gunn. James Gunn has literally made 3 films. I mean, right now as it sits, Suicide Squad made $168.7 million.
Dude, he just resolved the Henry Cavill problem. Something that could not be resolved by Hamada and anybody over there at Warner Brothers for years. He came in,
but that's what
Chris, that's what I'm saying.
Talks of them saying that Henry Cavill didn't know if he wanted to come back. He never said that he wasn't.
But they couldn't get it done. Who got it done? The Rock got it done. Him and his team got that done. So that right there is what they're banking on. That's what they're purchasing. They're not purchasing his knowledge of the material. They're not purchasing his sweaty nerd knowledge. They're purchasing his star power to bring more eyes to the DCEU.
Yeah, that's what who can get it done.
And this is what was going to be based, and that decision was going to be based on how this movie did. So it did not excel to their expectations, so they went on to James Gunn. And there's a reason why that Dwayne Johnson or The Rock hasn't said anything about this move, because he was blindsided. I'm pretty sure he was under the impression that he was going to get this job.
There's a part of me that just doesn't feel that. I don't know why. Like, I just feel like it's one of those things that maybe Dwayne The Rock Johnson feels particularly well about being a part of a bigger franchise. Like, being that he is now in the DCU and then able to like work behind the scenes is something he wants to do. But
Dwayne Johnson is the highest paid actor in the world.
Scarlett Johansson. Kevin Feige said Scarlett Johansson is the best.
You think he actually did this? You think he did this? You think he did this just to be a part of the of all places, the DCEU? He could have went over to Marvel and knocked it out and been like
nobody's calling him for Marvel.
But
no one was calling him for a role for Marvel.
When you're Dwayne Johnson, you can just go to fucking Kevin Feige and say, "Put me in a fucking movie," and he'll be in the fucking movie.
They still need a character to give
him. You bring him over there to the DC. Well, number one, he was a fan of Black Adam, so he was lobbying for that, so he can go over there and do what he basically just whatever free range, do whatever the fuck he wanted. I'm telling you that they were definitely giving a thought or a good idea of having him come in to take over the DCU based off of how this movie did. It underperformed, and so they gave it to fucking what's his face? They gave it to fucking James Gunn. And honestly, there's more evidence to lead to that information than just to be like, well, I don't know, I just don't feel it. Like, no, like that was the play here. Like, him taking control of the DCU franchise would have put him on it would have just been putting him on another notch higher. Like, just him being a star in the Black Adam, yeah, that's cool. He doesn't necessarily need the shit.
I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks that James Gunn's probably been on this list of guys who would take over since he did Suicide Squad. I think DC itself has been needing someone that they could trust, and for years it's been more like just elites, like elitist people in the Hollywood scene, rather than people who know the resource material. And I think it's just one of those things. Like, James Gunn is like, and we talked about it, like he's got that like the trauma tropes from back in the day where he was like making weird stuff. Yeah. It was his thing, but he's been a part of that whole movement of directors that have this almost like Taika Waititi type of vision on their stuff, that they're very creative, they're very witty, and they can get very cinematic films done with using that weird jonky kind of comedy that they like to put in, but they can get it done. And I just think it's one of those things, like it would have been, you have James Gunn as that role, bringing in directors he trusts to make the scenes, or you bring in someone like The Rock who doesn't really have that vision, but he just knows people by heart. And I don't mean that's not a Kevin Hart joke. That's literally just he knows people by heart. So he would just call random people to come in and make films for him.
And that's what I would give a little bit of pushback. It's The Rock, so he's not just going to call random people. He's going to have the best people at his disposal. So it's not like he's just picking random people out of a hat. People are going to be coming to him with ideas and things of that nature, and say, "Hey, I want to be a part of this," and then he'll be able to pick and choose. So yeah, but honestly, I don't know who would have been the right person in this role. I mean, if I was given the choice between James Gunn and The Rock, I probably would go with James Gunn because yes, he is a sweat, and not only that, but he does have the connections. I think that's what Triggs even said. He does have the industry behind him. He has the respect because he's very close with Zack Snyder, and he's very close with Kevin Feige, and he's very close with James Wan, and these are some big players. You know what I'm saying? So he does have a lot of people surrounding him. So I'm not mad that they picked James Gunn.
Yeah,
I think that
either way, it's a good thing. I think having someone in the seat like James Gunn that's at the head of this that can actually bring in a lot of like creativity when it comes to getting behind the camera. And then having someone like The Rock be like their Robert Downey Jr., that kind of like in the forefront, pushing all the films and making sure all the other actors feel comfortable and that they feel like they're in part of a bigger, better team, more than what it had been for the DCEU these last couple of years, where literally it's almost like everyone was just an individual that was acting on films. And I think that was the biggest thing is like now that The Rock is here, he's talking about, being in conversion with Henry Cavill, talking to Zachary, whatever his name is for Shazam, and then we have, of course, like even the talks right now that people are like, you know what, like now that Henry Cavill's back, maybe Ben Affleck's going to come back. And now that Ben Affleck sees this and says, hey, you know what, like I saw The Rock's movie, that looked kind of fun. Like that looked like something I want to be a part of again.
And that's that's right there. You just basically made my point. That's what you're buying from The Rock. You're buying that. You're buying that that I guess I don't want to call it mystique, but you're just buying that notoriety, just being a part of something that he was a part of, and that's what they would be purchasing had they went with The Rock. And I guess they decided, this box office wasn't reflecting that, and so they went with James Gunn.
You know what? Like the guy who directed Black Adam?
I don't remember.
And that sucks because you remember James Gunn. He's a director too. Jaume Colette Serra, who, let's see what his other films are. I don't even know what this guy did. Jungle Cruise. He was the same guy that did Jungle Cruise.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Well, funny, not a lot of people saw it.
Never saw
Boom! Fucking kick him when he's down. Kick him when he's down. Yeah, I bet you if you go back and see Jungle Cruise, you'll probably get the same vibe of the same way that they film. Like his same kind of like creating. But let me ask you something. How much different do you think Black Adam would have been as a film if James Gunn directed it? Like, does that sound more enticing than this guy, or like, would you have been more interested in Black Adam if you heard James Gunn was the directing seat?
They're just so different. Like from what I saw from the Black Adam movie that we saw, the movie, had it been directed by James Gunn, would have been just totally fucking different.
No, but I mean, what I'm asking is, what sounds more enticing?
What we got?
Yeah. Okay. So you were more comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the space that James Gunn is in. Stick with. Well, now he's going to be in charge of everything. Yeah. Well, no, I don't know.
Not directing, just in charge.
He'll be just in charge
of the overall story and plot.
Honestly, I see a world where Dwayne Johnson does not report to James Gunn. I see that happening.
Why do you say that though? Like, what do you say?
Because he's The Rock. If he doesn't want to,
he doesn't want to report.
If he doesn't want to report to him, he won't. That's a fact. So and there are other executives. It's just like he can go to other people. And that's what he did. In order to get Henry Cavill into this movie, he went over Hamada's head and went straight to the source to get him in this movie. This is the reason why I'm curious where the argument's coming from. It's a fact. He went out of his way to bring Henry Cavill into this movie. Hamada, the guy that is on his way out, or actually just got fired from Warner Brothers, he was blocking Henry Cavill to come in because he
there
did
was
not
like something about it, right? Like they just didn't like him, or they didn't like the image, or
it's not that he was just very difficult. It's been like known that Henry Cavill has been very difficult to work with. He's not an easy guy to work with, and Hamada has had a extremely difficult time getting Superman back into the DCU. He could not pull it off. So The Rock says, "Give me a month." Hamada says, "Fuck out of here. I'm done working with Cavill." So The Rock goes over his head and gets Henry Cavill in the movie.
And you know what? That kind of correlates very close to what Ray Fisher was talking about. Because, I mean, it's been common that Ray Fisher's name's been kind of coming out there a little bit more now that, what's his name? Hamada, since Hamada has been removed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was a lot of turmoil between Ray Fisher and the Hamada guy that he says that there was a lot of like just really bad working conditions when it came to that. And now that you're saying this, that you've heard that Henry Cavill had been talked about Hamada, that Hamada was saying that he was really hard to work with. I think Hamada just sounds like a complete asshole.
Yeah. And he was part of the old regime that is no longer there. He's definitely the last person. But the funny part is that James Gunn is fucking best buddies with fucking Hamada, bro. So like it's and so is Zafran, that is also going into this venture with James Gunn. They're all fucking cool. So it's like you're switching out one old guard. Yeah, you're basically the same shit. And that's the reason why, if this does not work out, it's because of that.
Yeah, but we're looking at the idea of someone like James Gunn coming in because David Zaslav brought him in. Since David Zaslav is kind of like turning around the new regime and turning around all these people.
That's not it. David Zaslav has very little to do with this. It's the guy Zafran. I don't even remember his first name, but he used to start off as a manager to the Stars, and then somehow found his way into Warner Brothers, and now he is basically co-running he's like co-running this DCU with James Gunn. He's the reason why James Gunn is in the position he's in. It's not because David Zaslav loved James Gunn. No one loves James Gunn like that. He has the connection.
You know what? Like, it's a fucking weird story, dude. The James Gunn taking over the DC. And this is like, I mean, I've talked about Triggs is in the comments. He'll vouch for me on this. I don't like James Gunn because of all that shit that he did back in the day.
No, a lot of people don't. He just has
he gets fucking fired from Disney and Marvel. Yeah. And then they bring him back as like a writer or someone very chill because they're like, hey, dude, you still fucked up. We're going to put you in the back. And now DC makes him the fucking head of the DC studios. Like, how weird does that sound? Where this guy made like literally a bunch of tweets about fucking
Peter Safran. Peter Safran and James Gunn are now the two the chair people at the DCEU. Those two are running the show. It's not just James Gunn.
Yeah,
he didn't just do this by himself. It's two people that were appointed, and the reason why James Gunn got in was because of Peter Safran and his connections over at Warner Brothers. That's exactly that's what it is.
Peter Safran. That guy looks like a fucking creep, dude. Peter Safran looks like a creep.
Yeah. And it's because I actually did some research like into Peter Safran and his journey to where he is right now. It's not likely. Like, it's not supposed to be. He's not supposed to be here. I don't know how the fuck he finagled his way or what kind of elbows he was rubbing, but he's here, and he brought James Gunn with them. They grew up together. They came up together. So.
Jeez, that's super weird. We gotta, man, we're gonna have to do a deep dive into this fucking dude one day and just look at all the weird shit, because it's just like.
And Safran, he is from that old regime where Hamada, he's best buddies with Hamada and what's the other chick that did Wonder Woman? Well, whatever. The whole regard there. Everyone that's gone now, he's the only one left, and he got promoted to run the show with James Gunn.
Oh, wow. This guy was part of a TV show, web series called PG Porn.
Yo, he honestly, I saw like a list of the things that he's produced, and he's got a lot of credits under his belt, bro.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of them are WB like connected.
A lot. He's
the entire Annabelle series is he's a part of.
he's major in the horror division at Warner Brothers. So every James Wan movie that he's ever done, this guy executive produced. So again, when you're talking about these two individuals, they have a lot of people that are aligned with them. So it just made sense for Zaslav. So maybe Zaslav
got to step up.
Yeah. So like
it was almost like he was kind of like embedded into that idea of he's just gonna move up. They replace one and they just slide up another guy.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even feel like it's like a repurpose or a redo of what DC was. It feels like it's just gonna be crap then.
Yeah, where you go. And that's what a lot of people, and that's the conversation a lot of people were talking about, is like you're just switching one person out for one bad apple out for another bad apple, and you're not addressing the issue. You're not addressing the problem at the core.
Wow, that's super crazy, man. And you see, like, I mean, of course, this guy's not going to be like a cut and dry copy paste of that Yamada guy. This guy's not going to be that. But in the prospect of it, he's going off of the same formula because that's who he learned how to run this business through.
Yeah.
And then, like, let's say, okay, by chance that this guy was like, you know what? Well, I'm not going to do this by myself. I'm bringing in James Gunn. Because James Gunn's been a part of the film industry and the superhero thing, and he should be amazing at it.
He's got the chops, yeah.
But Suicide Squad was not great. It was not up there with like the makings of like Guardians of the Galaxy.
But see, that's the thing, is you're not asking him to direct. You're not asking him to direct. You're just asking him to run a show and put the right people in place. I think for what it's worth, he can at least do that job.
I mean, I'm having that opportunity to kind of not be as worked as a director does. I think that's good. I think that's good for him. But it's gonna really fall into place if he's gonna be like a what's that one dude? The Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith.
Like if he's like a Kevin Smith kind of guy, because Kevin Smith can direct.
Mm-hmm.
Like we know he can get behind the camera and do some stuff. But we know that he knows the source material to create a really big, great arc of a story.
He's the sweatiest of the sweats.
Yeah, he's the sweaty of the sweaty. So if someone was to say, hey, man, we brought in Kevin Smith, he's going to take care of the entire Batman arc or the Superman arc, you would be like, all right, cool. Like, I have faith in that dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have faith in that dude. James Gunn, for what he did with the IP of the Guardians, that's a pretty big move because at that time, the Guardians of the Galaxy, you had like a zero interest from a lot of people who did not know or had any interest in who the Guardians of the Galaxy were at the time. In fact, the cast that he chose, the characters that he chose, were the second iteration of the group. They weren't even in the original. So like even for them to bring out the second choice of the Guardians team rather than the first choice, that fans would have probably been fans of more than the originals or than the second team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he pulled it off. He pulled it off because of the way he themed the show, added music, and did all this other great stuff too. But it's very hard. I don't think it's a bad move. I don't think it's a bad move. And I think it's just going to take time to see what these guys end up pulling off. I think we talked about this before in the past, even before in previous podcasts we've done, that it's good that DC finally has someone sitting on that seat. And it's good to see someone that at least have some like respect or credibility when it comes to directing films in this nature are sitting on that spot. Not just some dude who's like, yo, how do we make money? What did Marvel do?
Mm-hmm.
Like James Gunn's actually came out and said, we're not really trying to compete with Marvel. Us as superhero shows or movies are trying to make the film industry more vibrant and colorful. So he kind of understands that it's not really about competing, but it's about creating.
Mm-hmm.
It's about creating its own format and its own structure and something that they're going to build together. And I hope that DC gets this the next couple of years. From what Black Adam did, I'm really excited for where the DC universe is going. Black Adam did not feel as dark as the DC universe has kind of put out before in the past. I feel it was a little bit more lighthearted, even though it did have its like, it was brutal as fuck. You guys were absolutely correct. You and Rob, when you were telling me in the comments last time, it was brutal, dude. Fucking Rock was the character of Black Adam was like unrelentlessly just tearing everything apart.
Mm-hmm.
There was a scene that I kind of felt was like kind of corny-esque, and that was the painted black scene. which was like the first time he gets out of the cave, and then the dun 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 dun. I see you.
That was the best. That was the best
There
part of
was
the
just
movie.
a part of me that was like, this is corny. They just wanted to add music for no reason.
I just
Like
don't
it was just, it was
understand.
a little corn to me, but the scene itself was fucking cool though.
Yeah.
Anything that The Rock, dude, anything The Rock does with action is good. So to see him like doing shit like super fast or extremely powerful with explosions, that was really cool. I have to ask though, what did you think about them establishing like that weird metal? What was the weird metal called?
I don't remember, but
I
yeah.
don't remember.
I mean, to me, it was a total ripoff of Vibranium
Kryptonite?
or Kryptonite. Yeah, something like it's. I do understand, and I do see the point where people were saying they basically just took the best parts of all of the other superhero movies and just jammed it into the shit. Yeah.
You see, no. I have to go back to this because Triggs in the comments just said Inth. Because they mentioned Inth metal, right? Which is the stuff that Hawkman's entire ship is made out of.
It's made out of, yeah.
But that metal is not even explained in this Triggs. Like he understands it because in the comic books, like Inth metal is like it's huge. Like that's why it was so weird when I was like, yo, how did he like clutch fucking Hawkman's fucking remember when I talked to you about in the trailer when he just like fucking grabs the mace and he's like he just like shoots him or zaps him or whatever. That metal that he has is very similar to like the vibranium essence or like the kryptonite essence. Like it has its own properties to it that makes it like pretty fucking wild. And Triggs will tell you it's part of like the whole death metal series. And it's like a multiversal metal that's like super crazy. But that's not the stuff. They introduced like a different, I forgot what it's called, Indo metal or so. It's something you know what? That brought me back to it being very based on Black Panther and the Wakanda stuff. Where like now this Kondak, right? Kondak, I think it's Kondak. Yeah. Like now they have a specific mineral that they can produce that the world needs, and it's going to be its own isolated thing, and that's how they're going to make their finances and stuff. And I was kind of like, all right, we got it. All right. But other than that, the action was great. Nanotech. Oh yes. Nanotech. Black Adam's dude, even the little backstory of him, of his son was not too bad. The thing about his son being like the champion, I didn't see that coming. So when he goes to see Ethereum, there you go. Eternium. There you go. Triggs says it right there. Eternium. Good shot, Triggs. Good job, my dude. He goes to that big statue. And for some reason, I was kind of like always having a moment where, you know, he misses his people. Or like he's looking up at him like that he wants to be like part of the team. Triggs is like, yo, part of the team, boy. Where the Rock's character Black Adam would go to that statue every day and go check it out and look up to it. And I don't know, like I got this vibe. And then at the very end when he was like, yo, that's not even me, that's my son. I was like, oh fuck, that's cool. So it was like his son was the original Black Adam and the son just handed him over the powers the way Shazam gave his brothers the powers or his family the powers. Yeah, his brothers and sisters. So it was pretty cool seeing the Rock real skinny. That was pretty interesting. Seeing him shot was pretty crazy, and not flaking when he got shot as just a normal dude. That was pretty wild.
Yeah,
I was like, how's this fucking dude still walking, dude? How deep was that underground place? Because he fucking swam all the way back to the surface with no like. Did that trip you out a little bit? Because I was like that entire like 15-20 minute gap, I checked out.
I didn't check out, but like it just seemed rush. Like that whole part just seemed rush. Like you stuffed them down there, and then literally like 10 minutes later, you're bringing them back out.
Yeah,
like there was no build up to anything. Like
why'd you take him down there?
Yeah, like
taking him to fucking Subway, dude, and just bought him a sandwich, and then tell him to fucking be Black Adam after the sandwich. I mean, he's probably hungry. He hasn't eaten in a long time. Skinny as fuck.
That part didn't really make too much sense to me.
I didn't understand this. And maybe you can explain it to me or anybody else in the comment section. Triggs, you're here too. So you could probably explain this shit to me also. He's put underground. They encase him in like this tube. But Amanda Waller, cool that she's in it a lot more, and they have the whole Argus or whatever division underwater. Put a fucking thing on his mouth because he cannot say the word Shazam. Because if he says it, he fucking comes back, right?
Mm-hmm.
He gets out of the fucking box that he's in, which is covered in water, and he has that shit on his mouth. Why didn't he just say Shazam right then and there? Like, what's the point of the gag in the mouth if he can't say it underwater either way?
Because I'm sure, I mean, if you don't put the gag on him, he can still mouth it. I'm not sure there's like a decibel level you have to.
But why did he have to swim to the surface to say it?
I honestly don't remember him. I don't even think we saw that. We didn't even see that.
Yeah, because he's trapped, right? He's trapped in the thing and he has the shit on his mouth.
Yeah.
And then he gets out of the thing and starts fighting the dudes and he still has the shit thing on his mouth. Yeah. And you're like, oh, fuck, if he has to take it off so he can fucking say it, right? You see, and Trigger's saying clear line of sight. But either way, we've seen that the fact that anytime he says Shazam, the lightning bolt goes through whatever the fuck it wants. It goes through it. Fucking the kid said it in the first movie underwater. So we know that it could be done.
Mm-hmm.
But he's fucking fighting the dudes and he still got that shit. Why'd they leave the shit thing on his mouth? Like, they should have knocked that shit off from the very beginning of the fight. Because literally, I thought he fights the dudes, pulls that shit off, and just is going to yell Shazam and it's going to be badass. He literally rips that bitch off, and then he still has to run to the goddamn water wall or whatever. Mm-hmm. Then he's got to fucking jump into the water wall. Then he's got to swim to the surface. And I was like, dude, fuck out of here, bro. Like, it's taking you forever. Goddamn, just make a phone call and say it into the phone. Like,
it's dramatic.
Take the elevator up, dude. What the fuck are you doing? How did the other people get there? Like, how did all 5 of those dudes get down there with no fucking means of getting out? Like, I don't know. That part was really corny to me. That he had to swim, and he had to swim a fucking. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell he makes it to the top without drowning out of his mind. That was a long ass swim to the surface. Yeah, but overall, Black Adam was a really fun ride. It was fun. I had a great time. I thought it was really, really cool. I'm glad I went to go see it. I'm glad I got the opportunity to watch it. It was fun. Chris is jaded. No, actually, I'm not jaded. I really liked it. I really, really liked it. Brian, overall, what would you have given the movie?
It hasn't changed. I'm still giving it an 8. I think it was a solid movie. The only thing that that was missing I would have really liked to have seen him with like the ears or something. Because
you're talking about the costume, right?
Yeah, you're just looking at The Rock the entire movie. Like that stuck with me the entire movie. Like, damn, like he could have just at least did the ears, and it would have been probably like a 9 for me or a 9.5 for me. But I mean, it's a solid movie. It's action packed. It was way better than I expected. So yeah.
You guys can't complain about the ears because you guys told me I was stupid for Gore the God Butcher.
What do you mean?
You guys told me it was bad that I wanted to see him as Gore with the tentacles and the no nose.
Yeah, but he's still. What are you talking about? He's still basically. He's in makeup. It's like. He's still in makeup. The Rock was not
in a wig and ears from a fucking hot topic, and he could have got that shit done.
Yeah, like
Dwayne the Rock could have got that shit done with some fake ass elf ears that he could have bought on Wish.
Thanks, Triggs. Yeah, that's major makeup. Like there was a whole team put together Christian Bale's makeup and his design. This guy,
the whole ass team to put on fucking The Rock's costume. Man.
This guy puts on a fucking suit and said, "All right, shoot me, let's go, bro. Like I'm ready to go." Like dude, I'm watching The Rock right now.
They didn't even really explain like what any of the characters' powers. Like the chick, they explained a little bit, and then the Atom guy. They even had the Fonz as the dude's like grandpa, uncle.
Oh yeah, the uncle.
Yeah, that was out of nowhere too. I was like, hey, that's the fucking Fonz. Like, yeah. So in my mind, I was like, are we gonna get like a flashback to the Fonz being like a fucking superhero later? That'd be so cool, man. I thought that was all right. Al Rothstein. Dude, but straight up, you could have gone in $20 and you could have got those ears. And you kind of got a really bad widow's peak. You could have got a Vegeta wig and cut the fucking hair shorter.
See, you know what? I think the hair would have been asking a little bit too much. Like you got to still remember, you're talking to The Rock. He ain't putting that shit on. Yeah, but the ears,
his hair out, dude.
But the ears, though, bro, you could have did the ears. Yeah. That would have at least suspended my belief for at least that much, you know.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it was a pretty interesting. You know what would have been cool that they could have done that? They could have made it to where when his son was younger, his son had that shit.
Mm-hmm.
When he changes into Black Adam, he has the little pointed ears and the little widow's thing, and that would have been cool because then it would have been a different person that had that image, and then the dad takes over, and you know what I mean. I thought that was like, all right, cool. Alex says 10 out of 10 Black Adam, 0 flaws.
I feel like I'm in the fucking Twilight Zone. You like this movie, and Alex likes the movie. Like, what the fuck is this, bro?
10 out of 10. No, Alex just says 10 out of 10 all the time. He says 10 out of 10
Oh,
everything.
he's trolling.
He just says 10 out of 10. She-Hulk 10 out of 10. Fucking Guardians of the Galaxy 10 out of 10.
I was gonna say this guy Alex doesn't like anything, bro. I'm like,
Alex does not even watch any of the newer movies right now.
Never seen it.
But straight up, I thought it was really good. Yeah, I'm gonna say 7.5, 8 out of 10. I'm in the same thing with you. Good push for the DCEU. Excited to see what's going to happen next. James Gunn is now one of the 2 people in charge, which is, I guess, okay. I'm not really a big fan of James Gunn, but maybe if he goes to church more and stops touching kids, I'll be a little bit better with him. Other than that, it was fantastic. Good job. Good job, DC, for hiring a weird dude that Marvel fired.
He didn't touch any kids, bro.
From what we know of. We just know he likes to talk about him, which is weird as fuck still. But fuck that guy. On to the next part. My guy, Brian.
Ew.
There has been some interesting releases going on in the Marvel Universe this past week.
It sure has, sir.
We had 2 epic releases for 2 interesting films. One of them, of course, done by the magnificent motherfucker that just took over DC, I guess, James Gunn, with Guardians of the Galaxy, the holiday special. This shit just came out a couple of days ago. Let's check this bitch out real quick. I want to watch it with you guys because I really haven't had the opportunity to really check it out too well. So push this bitch up. Hold on. Let's go. So here we go. Let's watch this beesh together. You ready? Y'all ready? Have you guys seen this? What a great way to watch something. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, let's go. Can you hear it?
I can hear it.
Loud?
No, it's fine.
I just saw on the calendar that right now on Earth, it's almost Christmas time.
We don't have time for trivialities like Christmas.
Do they call it Earth or do they call it Terra?
About Gamora being gone.
I guess since they've been here, they don't call it Earth anymore.
Maybe if we go to Earth for a really wonderful Christmas gift, it would make him happy.
Is this gonna be a movie or a show or just like a?
No, it's gonna be like Werewolf by Night.
Okay.
That was literally Groot in a cosplay outfit, dude. That was literally a dude in a costume.
We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, I remember this.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Kevin Bacon.
I just said that, Drax.
Your voice is small and mousy. I think maybe he didn't hear you.
Oh no, they brought in Kevin Bacon. Okay,
You're coming with us. That's a Christmas present.
that's pretty funny.
I'm Groot.
Oh, so he's like in his late teens, Groot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a lie, dude. It literally looks like a fucking weird holiday special.
That right.
Like a lot of these shots are very like reminiscent to like TV holiday specials, like NBC holiday specials.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think? Are you interested to like? Has this trailer make you interested in seeing this or what? What's your hype?
It's really weird because like at first when we talked about this a long time ago, I really didn't know what to expect. Same thing with Werewolf by Night, but the Werewolf by Night thing that they did, the special presentation shit.
Yeah.
I dig what they're doing though. I dig what they're doing. But it feels like when they do like this kind of shit, watch. Where is it at? When they show up in New York. Where the fuck was it? Look, that's literally dude in a fucking cosplay outfit, dude. That's a fucking guy in a costume. There's this scene. Like that just looks like when you're on the Jimmy Kimmel show and they want to do like hey, we have Drax on the show, guys, and they bring out people dressed up as the characters and they just walk through town or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what this kind of shit reminds me of. Or like
honestly,
like
I think
said,
that's what they're going for. I think
it gives you that holiday vibe. Like this whole shot is like like fucking Last Action Hero or like Home Alone. Like it gives you those weird vibes with like those Saturday morning like mini movies. And that's the selling point. Like it's super cool. So yeah, not too bad. I kind of just don't know what it's about. If it's literally just about them doing Christmas for Peter Quill, I think it's just going to be a fun little film just for them to throw out. I'm not really sure what Marvel wants to get out of these, but I guess,
Or
dude, if
what
they have
kind
the
of
money to toss at this shit, fuck, let them do it. They'll make more weirder movies like that.
I
right?
don't think this doesn't cost them any money. They filmed this during or while producing Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So
Dude, those are five or six actors. Dude, there's literally like a fucking, we know that the CG team is being pushed to the extremes when it comes to like them hating life.
But what I'm saying is if
They have
they're
cool
already
shots like this.
but they're already in-house working on Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So
yeah, they're using the same assets to just kind of like throw this
they're-
little
it's
fun
not
part
it's
in
not it's not yeah, it's not costing them any money. Like this is probably already in their budget or whatever. So they just made this real quick to actually, I think this is just gonna gear you up for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Cosmo's in here. I know that I read that Cosmo was going to be a big part of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So this has they have some world building here a little bit. So yeah.
What about Groot? So
And
we
Groot.
look at Groot. Here's Groot here. Are we guessing that Groot's gonna be like teenage? Maybe a little bit like into his 18s, 19s?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like, and I know I'm glad. I'm tired of baby Groot. I'm
tired of fucking teenage Groot.
Yeah.
Fucking talking shit to everybody. And it looks like it's gonna be very centric towards Mantis and Drax, I'm guessing.
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
This guy looks like, I don't know, it looks like the dude from Three's Company. Right? He looks like a little older, man. Like there's a lot of makeup. You know what? Maybe he's gonna do a
John Ritter.
Yeah, he looks like John Ritter a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like around that age. But doesn't it look like he's probably gonna do like a Santa Claus thing? It looks like it. You could tell, dude.
Oh god.
But you know what? As a matter of fact, do you think Triggs, if you're still in the comment section, do you think there's I'm still not for this guy yet over Yondu, but that's on a second subject. Of them bringing actual Santa Claus into this. Because Santa Claus is a Marvel figure and he's like Omega level mutant. That dude is like uber fucking powerful.
Mm-hmm.
You think there's a possibility we can get a fucking Santa Claus reference?
I don't think so.
What about Kevin Bacon, dude? Kevin Bacon, that's a funny joke to me, dude. To me, theatrically, that's funny. Like they've been talking about him since the first film, and it led up all the way to them actually bringing in Kevin Bacon. That's fucking funny to me. So, not too bad. I think it's pretty cool. I'm probably gonna watch this. I'm gonna enjoy the shit out of this when it comes out.
I'll let you watch it and you let me know if I have to watch it.
Uh-oh, Brian, what's up? You got to let me know why you're not going to watch this.
It just doesn't seem like it. It's nothing. All right, so let me just rephrase that.
Yeah.
I will watch it. I will watch it, but I won't run to watch it. Like I'll watch it if it comes out on a Friday. I'll watch it that day. But if it comes out on Monday, I'm not watching it until probably like Friday.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna like break my.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna rush to watch this. Yeah, no.
No, not even. You're absolutely correct. I'm not gonna like kill myself to try to watch this shit. Like when it pops off, and if it's like at 3 a.m, I'll wait till like 6 o'clock the next day, like 6 p.m., not a.m.
Now, like, Wolf. What is it? Wolf by Night. I ran to that because like I heard it was like
interesting.
Amazing. Yeah,
it was literally dynamically different format, different everything about it. It was so beautiful, and it did not disappoint. Also, with this trailer, they released another trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Something we've been talking about for a hot minute.
We have,
because D23 in South Texas, or not South Texas, but San Diego Comic-Con did not allow anybody else to watch this outside of the theater.
Mm-hmm.
This is, of course, probably other than Wakanda Forever, probably one of the biggest films coming out of Marvel that's necessary for the path of the Kang Dynasty to make some effort into what it is that we're dealing with here. Because the only thing I feel so far that's given us any backstory to this whole establishment is probably just Loki and maybe No Way Home. But I think this film is going to be the next part to push us in the right direction. And what we are talking about is Ant-Man. We finally got a trailer to Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I am going to check it out with you guys. I'm excited to see this. If you haven't seen it in the comment section, let's get this going so that way we can see what's going on. I got to make sure the volume's good because we already got a strike on YouTube once. So we've made it, guys. We're famous. Strikes only go with people that are famous. We know that.
Of course.
Are we ready? Have you seen this trailer?
I have.
Oh, fuck, dude. Lucky guy.
You haven't
Ready.
seen it?
I haven't seen it at all. It's going to be the first time I saved it. I saved it. My first time with you.
All right. That's cool.
Yeah, first time with you, man.
First.
I feel blessed.
I'm very blessed. You have no idea.
All right, here we go.
I used to ask myself a lot of questions. Scott, you're at ex-con. How are you an Avenger?
So wait, everybody knows. Oh, wait.
He has a podcast.
No, are they going? You think they're going with that?
What do you mean? It's
They have to, right?
Yeah, he's got a podcast.
And that's why everybody just now knows Scott Lang as Ant-Man because he runs that podcast they talked about in Miss
everybody. Yeah, everybody knows what happened throughout the whole
because of him.
Because of him, yeah.
Okay, that's funny. All right.
But everywhere
They
I
did the
go,
Baskin
people
Robbins
tell me
thing.
the same thing.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
Like he's famous. He's like the most
you,
famous.
Spider-Man.
He's like the most famous Avenger right now. Like that's what they're showing you is like he's the most famous Avenger right now. He's very popular. He's on
That's like
cloud.
the whole thing about like I guess like he's doing red carpets and
He's on
just
cloud
kinda like-
nine. Yeah, he's
You
living
think there's a
living the dream.
possibility that they're going to treat him like a content creator more than a superhero? Like that's the kind of genre they're going to push on him is like his everyday is like he's like a content creator. And that's why he gets invited, kind of like what we do, like with Let's Kind of Talks.
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna lean into the content creator. He's just famous. Like
Because
again,
okay,
he
so
wrote a
we
book.
understand
So
he's
he
famous
wrote a
because he's a hero.
no. He's famous because he's a hero. He's part of the Avengers, but he also wrote a book. He's got a podcast. Like he's in the limelight. Like he's doing a whole bunch of stuff. Like he's not just a superhero in this universe anymore. He's like a face. He's like a name now.
And I'm guessing that this is like, because when I saw this right now, I thought this was like a movie thing, but it's based on like a science. So I'm guessing that it says something service, like science service or something. I'm guessing that this is more in the sense of what it is that's going on with the Pym particles and him being like a part of the Pym family.
Mm-hmm.
And she's kind of more of the person known since he's just kind of like walking by.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bet. Let's go on.
Tell me the same thing.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
That's funny.
People
Everybody else
still
looks
help us.
Spider-Man.
That's why we made this.
Oh, okay. This is the daughter. So they ended up switching it out for a different actress?
No, I think it's the same. It's the same
That's
girl
not the little girl from the first one.
from Endgame. That's the same girl from Endgame.
Yeah, it's
She's
the
in
same girl from
Endgame.
Endgame, but not the actress, the little girl. But it was a different actress from Infinity War. I think they ended up switching it to this girl. There was a fourth girl. There was another girl.
Oh well, yeah, because she was like 7.
No. There's that kid. And then there was Infinity War,
Okay.
which was the one that came up when he came back from the blip. And she hugs him in the doorway.
That's this one.
And then you see they recasted her again.
No, this is the girl from Endgame that when he came back that he hugged her. This is the same girl, no?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Not the same girl. Well, I'll show you after. It's Spy Kids, all grown up. All right, ready?
Looks the same, yeah.
It's like a satellite for deep space, but quanta.
Wait a minute. You're sending a signal down to the quantum realm. Turn it off. Now.
Yo, what's up, Georgie? Who turns that shit off when they all get sucked in?
Wait, say it again?
Like they all got sucked in.
Yeah.
Who's gonna turn that fucking machine off? It just seems like it just keeps going.
Is that what you're thinking about right now?
Okay, maybe I shouldn't. Okay, my bad. My bad.
Who's gonna be there to turn it off?
Damn, look how beautiful that looks, though. Man, that looks awesome. That chick's eyebrows are all fucked up. Who the fuck is this guy? Yo, okay, so these are gonna be people from like the city, right?
No, from what
Chronological order?
no, from what I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but it's not just random people. That's what I heard. They're not just random people. Like these people are like a group of people that are fighting against something.
Okay, because like you get these three guys, right? They're all like in the same kind of garb.
Mhm.
These guys are in the same garb. This chick looks like an Asgardian or like a Nova Corps. She has like a cool costume. But this guy in the middle, man, you know what I was kind of expecting? That one character you liked from the Avengers story.
Yeah.
Ex-Leos?
Yeah.
Dude, this would be the perfect opportunity for them to put a character like that in here. Can you
Nah,
imagine if he was just like one of these dudes?
Nah, I don't put him in this movie.
You wouldn't want to see him in a film some way.
Not in this one.
Where would you want to see him? Where would you
I don't
want to see
know, but just for, I mean, there's so much going on. You don't have the time to do that character correctly if you just throw him into any movie. Like,
I'm gonna have to ask you later on what movie you want to see that guy in.
If you do an Incursions movie, so probably maybe like Secret, which is
Doctor
coming,
Strange
whatever.
2 or 3?
Yeah, or 3. So whatever movie you do in Incursions, just strictly Incursion storyline, and that's where you go, then that's where he belongs.
I mean, the reason why I would say like he would play good here would be that it's people like out of the time stream, or they're out of like the multiverse. They're like in between, all of it, right? That's the only reason why I think it'd be cool. But yeah, I think you have a point. Okay. At least they have their fucking suits, because I never saw their suits. They probably just keep them in like Tic Tac drawers or whatever. Whoa, look at this shit, dude. How beautiful that looks.
What are you so afraid of? There's something I never told you.
I like that suit.
Mm-hmm.
Is that who I think it is?
It certainly is.
Oh, fuck. Are they going to show him in this video?
Yep.
Get the fuck out of here.
It isn't what you think.
Get the fuck out of here. No way. Oh, that looks okay.
Looks badass, right?
Yeah. And what's cool as shit is like the theme behind all this shit is all those weird circular glyphs and circles and shit from like the Eternals, from like what Miss Marvel's like gauntlets, Shang-Chi's rings. Everything derives around this weird like circular Asgardian shit. That looks fucking dope. Like that shit right there, right? Hey, Bill Murray. Look at that dude.
And give you more time.
Fuck a duck. That looks crazy. What the fuck? Okay, I'm just gonna.
If you help me.
Hey, she gets a costume. Dog, get the fuck out of here, dude. Dog. Yeah. He looks good. And even has the blue face and everything?
Yeah, nah, everything is pretty,
that's pretty
comic
fucking
book accurate. Yeah.
Not even fucking around, that's accurate. Wow, good shit. Is that the Spy Kid reference? Was that the picture?
What's it gonna
be? Yeah.
That was it. I can see it. Dope shit. Not even gonna lie. The fucking scars on his face are the lines in his mask. They're the ones that are in the fucking mask, which has always been like a thing in the blue face mask of Kang. He has these lines that run down his blue face. But I've always associated them with like the technology that covers his face, like it's like a nano screen or something.
Yeah, no.
Like
no, he's still gonna have that because that's what you saw, the blue screen.
Yeah, the blue thing covers his face like inside because that's like his armor. but this is like the blue line. There's no line in the screen.
Okay.
Those are like scars on his face, which they've never
Those are-
shown as
yeah,
scars
those are
on his
scars.
face.
Yeah, those are scars.
Which means they're gonna give us like a story on how he got these fucking scars on his face.
Hopefully.
That's cool as shit. I'm not even gonna lie. Because what's crazy is like the Kang character is like this weird nerdy character for the future, like a future that's like what is it like like somewhere that's just like peaceful,
Mhm.
and he chooses to go back in time to want to do some crazy shit, like a weird Eobard Thawne Reverse Flash kind of story. But to bring him back and this guy, this actor guy, doing such an amazing role with his character, like making him like rough and shit, like. Okay, so they didn't show Moda?
No,
like, miss
not in this trailer. In the
The actual one, right? So this isn't like the one, like 1-to-1 trailer from that one.
yeah, no, this is not the same trailer that everybody else saw.
Dude, look, it's like Endgame, but they're all Ant-Man, dude. Look at this shit. Look at all the different Ant-Man down there.
Yeah, so there's a theory about what this scene right here is depicting, and it seems like it may have some legs to it. Like I feel like I know this entire fucking movie by now.
What do you feel is gonna happen?
I just feel as though Ant-Man will be propositioned by Kang to do a job for him. That's gonna have some pretty big implications moving forward, and he's not gonna have much of a choice. And he's going to do it, and he's going to succeed, and that's where we're going to lead into the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. This movie right here, I think, is going to have a huge impact towards the
Kang Dynasty story?
Just the MCU moving forward.
I mean, it's still kind of up in the air to me, like what it is this like Kang Dynasty thing's going to perpetrate. Like, what's this thing? Like this globe? That's got to be something, right?
I think honestly, that's going to be a power source or a generator to operate some type of machinery or something. That would be my guess.
But okay, but what I mean is like that orb that he has in his hand.
That's the same as that window pane behind him in Loki, by the way.
That circle?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Like the lines in that circle.
Dragon Ball. Vince, stop it.
now that I'm looking at it, it looks exactly like the window that was behind Jonathan Majors in that Loki scene.
Maybe this is like him actually being able to like transverse the power of time and actually like trap it in like a physical like form.
I don't know if that's the case, because I think he's building something. This is like what he's doing right here. He's building. He can't, like, where he is right now, I don't think he can leave. I think that's the purpose of the movie, is him leaving where he is right now. So he's building something, and in the final parts or the pieces that he's missing, he's gonna ask Ant-Man to help him get. And that's where well,
maybe that's the pin particle, right? Or like some type of science behind it, because that's always been like a big thing also in the MCU. Which is the desire on how no one else in the community of the Marvel Universe knows how to recreate pin particles.
Yeah.
So that could be, I mean, that could be like maybe the research has always been just a secret.
I don't think so. I don't think it has anything to do with any type of PIM technology, because number one, King doesn't need PIM technology.
He's like from the 32nd century.
Yeah, he's got his own shit. That's just outdated as far as he's concerned. But I do think that he knows Janet Van Dyne. I think that they have a history, and we're going to get into that in this movie. And she may know a little bit about what he's trying to accomplish here, and she's trying to avoid that.
Because we know that colors and powers play a role in the MCU, right? We've talked about this before, and I think they've mentioned it before, where like even like Doctor Strange's powers by color dignifies some type of power source they're reaching from. This color looks a lot like the way they do the time stream color, like the way time flows in the background of the Loki series, like the vein, the major vein. But then you go down here and you look at these lines, and these are very similar to the way Shang-Chi's are.
Very similar to
and the same color too, like a bluish color, right? and then you move a little bit over, and you notice that everyone's taking power from like a blue source, like a blue. Look at even the suits, and then later on you see it where Kang's helmet and his orbs. Watch. Even here you can see like blue, the costume itself, blue. See how it radiates blue? But you go back to this one, and that source looks like this color. Nah, lighter. I would say lighter than that. So maybe like almost like these type of colors, where it's like a white color. See how those are like? Because this, I heard that someone had said in a post that there's 4 objects flying through the sky, and that they're coming through the time force, right? And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. And a lot of people were subjugating the idea that it's the Van Dynes, right? It's the Cassie and her dad, the daughter, and the mother.
Yeah.
And they're all flying into the time force. This is someone that needs to find them. That's why this person's out. This is them, of course, like transversing through the outer rings of it. But when we get to
There's something I never told you.
that part, this color is very dynamically different from all the other colors in the film. And you know what it reminds me of? That cell from that Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Okay.
Remember the first movie, or what is it when they're fighting in part 2? That's what it reminds me of, that weird power source. But yeah, maybe that's maybe that's the piece or a piece, because he needs to transverse the timeline, right?
You kind of lost me, but no, I honestly think this is just going to be the power source to his ship that he's moving. And then again, he's building something. He wants to get. He does not want to be where he is right now. He wants to get out. Okay. And the people that will help him is the Master Thief and the MCU, and it's going to be him, Ant-Man, that is. And he's not going to have much of a choice. He's going to be forced into doing it, and I feel like he's going to accomplish it.Maybe
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Vince Weaver saying that the shooting stars may be the Fantastic Four. That would be nuts for them to put him in this movie. Nuts. For
I don't see them.
I really don't see the Fantastic Four coming out yet.
I don't see them being in this movie.
And the reason why too is we're going to talk about it too, because of course we do have early talks of, we're going to just talk for a little bit of Black Panther. And we talked about this before for Wakanda Forever, that we thought and we felt that the Doom reveal, that they should do a Doom reveal, and there's talks that that's not even part of the post credit or after credit scenes.
Yeah,
and it's like, damn, that's a missed opportunity. That's a perfect time to bring in someone like that. But if they don't bring him in, then of course they're going to bring him in some other way or in some other format. But yeah, I really don't think the Fantastic Four would be the people that they would be bringing. Vince also says there's a theory that in the opening of Ant-Man, you see Kang killing the Avengers from a different universe. What do you think about that?
I think, well, he says it in the other trailer that he has killed Avengers before, so I can see that. I can see that happening.
The opening, though, I think that would be a lot to add to the opening of a film. Yeah, I see it being like let's say he says that and goes, Ant-Man, are you an Avenger? I've killed you a bunch of times before, and he like whiffs his hands, and like he shows like a bunch of iterations of them dying like on videos. Like, I could imagine him doing some shit like that.
Nah, this movie, this particular Kang the Conqueror, he is going to be an absolute complete savage.
Yeah,
savage. He's going to be an absolute savage, and so I do see, and I wholeheartedly feel that way. So if you tell me that there's going to be an opening scene of him killing Avengers, I believe it, because they're going to have to establish some type of
because that's the only thing that we're lacking. I like that we haven't established why this guy is so much bigger than Thanos. You have to start him off super fucking strong, right?
Yeah.
What do you think so far of the trailer? What did you think when you saw it? I know you saw it before, so.
Oh yeah, I love it. I'm a huge Jonathan Majors fan. I've been a fan of his for a very long time. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited for him to get this opportunity. I think that from what I'm hearing, that this movie isn't going to be your typical Ant-Man movie, that it's going to have some more serious and darker tones to it. And the arc, Ant-Man's arc in this is going to be the focal point. It's not going to be shared with a lot of people other than Kang. But his arc is going to be very profound from what I'm reading. So we'll see. I'm excited to see it.
Cool. Well, from what I've seen pretty cool. I think it looks fantastic. I think I mean, I told you before, I've explained my opinions, and I'm not really a big fan of the Ant-Man series or the arc it's going right now. And right now I'm sold on it. It looks fantastic. It looks good. It looks like the bar is about to be raised. I think we talked about this several times, and I mentioned it to Trigger a while back too in a podcast. There's no way in hell you get a guy like Ant-Man to muscle up against a guy like Kang, fucking 20 out of 10 times, 20 out of fucking 1 out of 20 times or whatever number you want to give it. Kang fucking tanks Ant-Man in a heartbeat. There's no way that he even stands.
Yeah.
So to know that this guy, it sounds so weird, but it sounds like you have someone of like a really high caliber athletic like legend challenging someone from like a JV softball team or a JV.
I think we get multiple versions of Kang in this movie.
You think so?
I don't think this Jonathan Majors is the only one we're gonna see.
I don't know, man. I mean, if they were to give us one and then tell us there's multiple out there, but he's the one that's been kicking every one of the other one's asses, or he be just like the one that's, like you said, he's trapped in like this universe, but he's just like so vigorously like imperialistic.
There's a name of somebody that has just been introduced. His name William Jackson Harper. I forgot the guy's name, but William Jackson Harper just was revealed as being hired for this movie. And if you look him up, he's been in what is that TV show on NBC? He's been on TV. He's very famous, but he has been casted in this movie. And it's like top secret. They will not say who he is.
Jackson Harper.
If you
was a young cat too.
Yeah, if you do some research, you can probably put 2 and 2 together, and that's the reason why I think there's gonna be multiple Kangs in this movie.
I think this kid plays like a younger variation of him.
Which would be who?
Younger Ant-Man. Or not Ant-Man, but a younger Kang.
Who was that in the MCU?
Well, that would be Iron Lad.
There you go.
Yeah, Iron Lad.
I think we get Iron Lad in this movie.
That would be so crazy, dude.
I think we get Iron Lad in this movie.
I could imagine this would be the introduction to Kang when he first became Kang, and he had that girl with him, and this is like the age that he lost that girl, which is the girl that came out in Loki, the one that was in charge of the TVA. She was the love interest of Kang in the comics. Rumsfeld, right? What's her name? Like Amanda Rumsfeld, or
from the Loki show?
From the Loki show. The girl that was in charge of TV. Renslayer. She was the love interest to Kang and then was lost later on through the time stream. What's up, Danny? How we doing? We lost her in the time stream, and then Kang, that's what a lot of people believe, that this Kang is telling Ant-Man that he needs her to go find. Yeah. Like he needs her to go find Renslayer.
Could be.
I mean, it's an option.
I think there is an option, but I also think that if he builds whatever he needs to build, he can go get her himself.
Yeah, he's gonna go out. Well, I mean, he can just go out and continue to conquer.
I don't know if I would waste Ant-Man's talent or waste him finding Renslayer when if I build this machine or whatever the fuck I'm building, I can just go get her myself. So I do think that she does have a part to play in this. Maybe his one reason to get out is Renslayer.
Yeah,
I think that. But I think ultimately what he wants from Ant-Man is for him to help him build something.
What's up, Danny? What's up, Natalie? One of my old students, man. My little boxing kid. She was crazy back in the day with skills.
Nice.
Crazy back in the day. It's good to see you guys. Yeah, I still think the Renslayer storyline plays a big impact on this. I think it's going to be like his humanity side, his moral side, when Renslayer is involved. But then you're going to realize that, I mean, let's say he gets Renslayer at the ending of the film because she's in Loki, right? But then when he gets her, she says something like, well, now it can just be you and I. And then he snaps and fucking stabs her and kills her. And it's like, well, I want to conquer still. Like, it's not about just you and I, but it's about everything. I need everything.
Well, in the comic books, she's not really into him.
Yeah, she's not into him.
She's not into him. He has multiple situations where he tries to get her, and she
wants to kill him. There's times where she's trying to kick his ass,
or she'll try to kill herself to get away from the guy. So it's like I don't know if maybe that's the angle they're playing here, where he's just after her and she just wants to be left alone. I don't know.
Well, shit. What if it's even like, okay, just shot in the dark, storytelling time, right? He goes out to look for her and he finds her and he's like, finally, I found the one thing in the universe that makes me a human being, and kills her because that's the only leverage anybody could get like up against him. I mean, dude, if they establish that a whole fucking movie where he makes Ant-Man go and find this person just for her to kill him at the end, that would make this guy look pretty fucking evil. Like Thanos evil?
I would be sitting there. I would be sitting there in a movie theater like, yo, I just wasted 2 hours to watch Ant-Man find somebody just so that he could fucking kill her.
No, not Ant-Man to kill her.
No, I mean for King
this
to kill
guy,
her. That's stupid.
But no, I mean that's not too far-fetched from what's in the comics either. Because if you're looking at a person who derives his entire existence on just conquering everybody, he wouldn't want to have a weakness. And if he knows that having someone that he loves makes him have heart, he'd want to get rid of that.
Yeah, but that's not his motive, though. Yeah, that's not even in the comics. That's not what he does. Like, you're going against everything that he is. Now, you have a better shot at that for Thanos, for that to be the issue. But for this guy, that's not his MO. Like, that's not what he's about.
But you don't think that'd be pretty wild if that was like the whole thing, and then
it would be wild because it would be wild because they just would be doing it. That's the only reason why it would be wild. I wouldn't be entertained by it because, again, I would think that would be a waste of my time.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's one of those things. I think it portrays pretty well to the idea of how evil this person would be.
But if you can't get to her, like let's just put it in like. Let's stay in your hypothetical. If Kang is stuck wherever he is, he can't get to her.
Can't get to her.
So then, what's the point on?
You hire someone else that they think their existence is important because of the resource they have.
But then,
you come from a world that like you can literally do whatever you want because, like you said, the technology you own is far superior to what they have.
Yeah. So
you literally use your resources and say, oh, well, at this moment, even though I come from a place that has a millions amount of power, here at this place, I'm limited. My knowledge is not limited. My knowledge of what I have back over there in the future, it's not limited. But here where I'm stuck in time, I'm limited. I can only do so much. But you people have the resources. So I'm going to use you to do this for me since I can't just get it done myself because I'm not at that opportunity.
So that's what I'm saying. So with all of this, you're basically just explaining why. You're basically explaining why I think I don't see them going that way because he is going to be focused on getting the fuck out. Like that's his main.
I can see that being more.
Yeah, that's his main priority.
The real thing behind the story.
If I can't get out somewhere, I'm not going to be worried about some girl that wants nothing to do with me. Like, I'll deal with that later. Once I get out of here, I'll go talk to her. But as of right now, I've been stuck here. I need to get the fuck out.
I need to get out of here.
Yeah, so you, before you do or say anything stupid, go get my shit and help me. Otherwise,
the only other thing I have that kind of confuses me is Kang being one of like the biggest baddies in this movie. Straight up. I see him. He doesn't look like a nice guy. He looks like he's a bad guy. The trailer, I mean, can you agree with me that he looks more like a villain than a hero?
I think they're doing a very good job covering. He doesn't look like a villain in this trailer. They're covering that up. Like he looks mean as fuck though. As far as what lengths I think he'll go, you'll look back at this trailer and be like, yo, they did a good job covering that up because like he is going to get into some because
for me to hear his character in a trailer, like just a throwaway scene of him saying, wait, Ant-Man, are you an Avenger? I think I've killed you before. Like that puts to me that this this is a bad motherfucker right here. Like this is a bad dude if he's gonna just say he tanked the Avengers.
And not only that, but he's well aware of who he is and
Yeah.
what's going on. Like he's very aware of there being
Where
multiple of him running around killing Avengers. He's
and
aware
this
of that.
puts me in the position of saying, like, what about MODOK then? What does MODOK play in this?
I think this is where because MODOK, spoiler alert for those who don't know, but it's public knowledge now.
Yeah, it's out there.
MODOK is being played by the same actor that played Yellow Jacket in the first Ant-Man. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
I didn't know
no,
that.
MODOK is Yellow Jacket. Like he basically got transported by a time vortex to this city and is living off of the technology that I guess Kang might have given him, and now he turned into MODOK. So yeah.
So okay. Loki hinted that the Yellow Jacket returned. Okay.
So
he
Yellow
does.
Jacket,
Corey
Yellow
Stoll-
Jacket is MODOK.
Yeah, Corey Stoll will be playing MODOK. Wow, that's cool. So okay, so they're gonna use the fact that he was thrown into the quantum realm at the ending of the first movie, and now they're just doing it to where, like, I guess the quantum realm disfigured him or did something to him. That's why his head stayed so big.
Yeah.
And that's why he has like a life support system.
Mhm.
Maybe that's even why his costumes like gold and all this other stuff is because it kind of like portrays like a lot of the resemblance to the Yellow Jacket costume, right?
Yep.
Okay, I mean, dude, that's a cool story. I think that's a cool due to because the first character that they brought in for Yellow Jacket in the comic books, Yellow Jacket's literally Hank Pym, and it's just a persona he puts on so that he can go around and be another superhero because a lot of people didn't like him.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are kind of confused that they brought in like a whole other dude in the first Ant-Man movie to be a Yellow Jacket as a villain. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So here you go. Now you've taken that character and said, hey, you know what? We heard you guys. Now we're going to switch it and make this guy literally MODOK. And I mean, that's not too bad. Scientist also knows the he tried to do the whole Pym particles, takes over AIM. It's a cool story. I like it.
Yep.
I can get behind that.
Yep.
Do you think this is going to be like for MODOK, like a revenge story on the Pym family then?
I do think so.
Do you think he plays like a general or some type of like importance behind this guy? Or do you think he's like on the outside of the Chronolopolis city thing?
I think, I don't know. I don't know exactly what relationship he's going to have with anybody here other than, you know, Ant-Man or Hank Pym. But I can see him being like the right-hand man of Kang on
Just
like
for the moment or something?
On the technology level. Like he'll use MODOK, Kang that is, will use MODOK to bounce ideas off of or to get his army together or things of that nature.
Just to be able to get to his technology or something?
And I also think that Bill Murray is going to be like playing the Kang angle as well. So I think
that's right. Yeah, Bill Murray's in it. He's always
so I think it's very interesting. I'm very excited. My hype level has gone up after watching this trailer. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, for what it looks like I said before, I mentioned this, the circle imagery and all that stuff. Maybe we just didn't hit it right on the button the first time when we were watching Shang-Chi, and at the ending credits, they bring in Shang-Chi to study his bracelets, and they say that it's leaving like a, what is it? Like a beacon?
Beacon, yeah.
And maybe that beacon goes out to Kang that he lost some type of technology that he had, and it was one of his weapons. Maybe it's shooting off to him and not the Celestials and the Eternity and all that stuff that we kind of thought about back in the day. Cool. Overall looks fucking cool, man. Overall looks cool. I'm kind of excited for it. More than excited. I can't wait for it. When are we looking at the release of this film?
That's in February. February 17th.
17th, 2023. Looks fantastic. Can't wait. Fucking Kang looks good. Everything looks good. It's going to be awesome. Excellent. Yep. Excellent, folks. Well, thank you guys for tuning in for that trailer review and that trailer action. What are you excited for Ant-Man? Let us know in the comment section. Onward to the last part of the conversation today. Something that hits super close to home as comic book fans and Marvel lovers. People that have been a part of the franchise for a long time know that last year or a year before, we lost a great man, Chadwick Boseman. And now we have the first reviews of the highly anticipated movie waiting of Wakanda Forever. I wanted to ask anybody that's out there if they've seen any reactions or anything like that. I've seen a couple. I'm really excited about this film. The trailers look good. Brian, what have we got to hear about the early releases for Black Panther?
It's been overall a positive response. I haven't seen much negativity, which I don't even know if we will, just because of the sensitive nature of what it's talking about.
Yeah,
or
I
what
agree.
what it is about. So I'm not even sure how much negativity will come from this movie. But again, yeah, it's been a lot of positive reviews. I think that this bodes well for pre-sale tickets. I think that the only thing I'm worried about is the rewatch value. If it's too sad and too like gut wrenching, who's gonna want to rewatch that? That's my and the thing about these Disney movie or these Marvel movies is that they rely heavily on the rewatchability effect.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that what I'm hearing doesn't actually hurt it in the long run, being that it's so sad. But I heard like the acting was top notch. I heard that Letitia Wright, Angela Bassett, oddly enough, the one person that I've heard praises from basically everybody in this movie besides one person, which is very strange to me, and it's Winston Duke. No one has said anything about how well of a job he did. That's weird.
You know what? As a matter of fact, remember I told you I was watching a bunch of like reviews and reactions. So far, out of all of them, there was only one person that said that Winston did an amazing job, and the reason, like, she just was like, "Oh, well, he always does an amazing job." That was kind of like her chaka for it. But I agree. Like, that's the only person I really haven't heard a lot of people talk about.
It's been the same. I heard that Namor is an awesome villain. I heard that he did a very, very, very good job. I heard that Angela Bassett put on a clinic performance-wise. Letitia Wright, poured herself into this role and the emotions started coming out. And I heard that, there's gonna be multiple times in this movie where you may drop a thug tear, dude. Like, it's gonna happen. So be ready.
Straight. I saw Tenoch Huerta come out on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yep.
And he was coming out talking about, of course, the major talking point was what he talked about. I thought it was funny that he didn't know how to swim. And he kept telling him, well, I never drowned. Well, I thought that was a great comeback. And he's got a very heavy accent, very heavy Hispanic, Mexican, Latino, Mexican accent. And thought it's very cute that, he'd always be like, what the twist? You know what I mean? Like, he has that very, like, you could tell he's a very humble guy. And I was flabbergasted at one of the scenes I saw recently in one of the new trailers, which is the scene where the queen and the sister are on the beachfront and they have their spears, and she says it looks like he's covered in vibranium. I assumed that was going to be the reveal of Riri Williams in Ironheart, and she didn't know who it was because it's a covered suit. And that was going to be like their introduction to her character as Ironheart. Like, she was just going to fly in, they were going to bust her, and she was going to surprise them. And they pulled the spears out. Like, who the fuck is this chick? And then she reveals, and that's why she's covered in vibranium. But no, it's actually the scene where Namor is kind of like in Wakanda for like the first time. And he catches him by surprise. Have you seen that little trailer yet or no?
Which one was that again?
Let me see if I can find it real quick. It literally just popped off on one of. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah,
I'm trying to see some actual. I'm trying to look up some actual reviews right now to see what people are saying specifically about it, other than just the general broad strokes that I was just giving. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking on Twitter right now, and again, a lot of people are just saying that it's amazing. So, we'll see.
Like, watch, check this out. I'm gonna pop this out for you guys. This is from another YouTuber's Facebook page or YouTube page. Have you seen this scene? So there's this scene that comes out in the trailer that just popped off like last week, and this is where the sister says it looks like he's covered in vibranium, but it ended up being like Namor coming out of the water.
Who are you? And how did you get in here?
This place is amazing. The air is pristine. And the water. My mother told stories about a place like this. A protected land with people that never have to leave.
I think he looks
Never have
awesome.
to change who they were.
Look, they did his ears in black, and Rock couldn't do it.
What reason did you have to reveal your secret to the world?
I am not a woman who enjoys repeating herself. Who are you?
I have many
She's so
names.
strong.
My people call me Gunn. But my enemies call me Namor.
Boom. Boom.
Solid.
That was interesting. I 100% when I saw the trailer, I thought it was going to be Riri in her reveal of the Ironheart suit for the first time. And that it was just this person flying around in a goddamn Iron Man suit, and these people are just freaked the fuck out. But it's actually him in that scene, which is impressive too. Interesting that he decided to do like the Latino style, like the Mexican style of like I guess how would you say it? Like a abbreviation for Namor rather than Namor. How do you feel about that?
The pronunciation of
the
Namor?
pronunciation of Namor. Because Namor's been kind of like a classic across like the format on how we've said his name over the years. Even video games, any type of animation that Save's been in, it's the Submariner Namor. The way he's saying it Namor, which is like, I guess like a Namor would be like amor is love in the Spanish language. But I guess they're just adding like an N to it, which I think is kind of weird, but he pronounces it like love. Like amor, Namor. How do you feel about that? Is that interesting? Is that cool? How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm getting spoilers right now because I'm over here on fucking Twitter trying to look up fucking reviews.
Don't do it.
And people are
don't
just
do it.
Mad shit. So we're just gonna shut that down.
You're like, not today, Twitter.
Okay. Fucking Amor and Namor, dude. I didn't think about that. Like he's literally saying Namor, so I don't know. I don't think they're putting too much thought into that. You kind of lost me.
No, I mean it's just culture. Do you think it's an interesting way that they've kind of like?
But he's not saying Amor. He's not saying Amor.
No,
he's saying
Namor.
He's saying Namor. Yeah.
Namor. But he's pronouncing his name because now that's going to change the way people say Namor.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because now they're going to officially put it in film and say like, no, his name's not Namor. It's going to be Namor. Like that means they're probably throughout the entire film.
It's dope.
Namor.
I think it's dope. I like it.
It's a good change.
I'm all for it. Yep.
Okay. I mean, it sounds cool. I think Namor pronounced that way sounds, I mean, I'm so comfortable with it because I've been saying it for years. But we'll have to see how it kind of comes off like after hearing it like 30 or 40 times in film. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it's gonna be like when Riri and Shiri and the Queen say Namor, when they're introducing him to everybody else, is when I'm probably gonna be like, okay,
yeah, because
I don't think if they're using the accent from like an African culture, I don't think they're gonna roll the R that hard. So it's gonna sound more like Namor instead of Namor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I just want to see how culture will pick it up later. And then if it'll eventually go back to Namor, like by comic book readers or whatever, or they'll just keep it as Namor. You see George too. And that's Namore from Frank Sinatra. Namore, dude. Can you imagine with an E at the end? So far, tell me what you've heard. Tell me what's exciting. Tell me what if we've heard anything in the negatives, like in the sense of what people are like, or what kind of backlash we're getting.
There's, like I said, there hasn't been much backlash. I don't know how much we are going to get, if there are going to be any, well, not backlash, but any like negative reviews. Again, people have been calling people out specifically for the job that they were doing. And again, most notably, it was Letitia Wright. Angela Bassett, those
But
two
so
right there.
far, it's just been praised for. I think that's you even said it too for the Letitia Wright character. Like she was getting a lot of like because she was so hard to work with. That was the one thing that you yourself was like, man, dude, that girl's pissing me off. And it's like we don't know how it's
Not
going to work with the film.
not only it's not the fact that she was pissing me off. I just think that she was not the fact that she was pissing me off. I was afraid that she was going to ruin this for me.
Like a self-sabotage or something.
Yeah, I thought she was going to ruin this for me or put this movie in jeopardy, and I wasn't for that. I wanted to see this movie. Like I want to enjoy this movie. And I want her to enjoy it as well. I don't want you giving me a movie that you don't want to fucking make. Yeah, like I don't need that. I'd rather you just not make the movie then at that point. So
and also from what we've heard with the early reviews, a lot of people are giving her praise for her role and the way she portrayed her character. And
yeah, but there's still something up though. Like there's still something up because there's been no promotion from Letitia Wright. You haven't seen her on any TV shows. You haven't seen her on any morning shows. You haven't seen her do any interviews. So there's something still up. There's still something carrying over from how she was reacting during the film. So that's not a myth. Like that's real. So that's what I was afraid of. We're 2 weeks out and there's no promotion besides the trailers. Yeah. No one's doing a promotion tour.
The PR movement's not really all that big at all.
And that's very un-Marvel like. So something's up with the way that this is coming, like the way this is unfolding. I don't know what it is, but something's off here. But as long as the reviews keep coming in good, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut and I'm just gonna enjoy the movie. So we'll call it that.
Yeah, I'm really excited. We got like 2 weeks before the movie comes out. So far, like you said, there's been nothing but positive reviews. I think the only thing that some of the people have been complaining about would be that it was a lot of the people, I think you said this before, like people had been vouching that they thought it was a better idea for them to recast T'Challa. And a lot of it seems like some of them are I wouldn't say disappointed, but they would make the comment like, well, I probably would have gone it a different way, but this is the way we got it. And it doesn't really sound like a negative, but it just seems like it's something that they would have like, well, I would have gone this way, but we got this. So we'll just have to see where we go from there. But like you said, it's not really been like negative. But do you think that there's a possibility at a chance that this could be because of the embargo stuff? Or do you think like this is like genuinely coming from a part of heart kind of stuff?
No, you don't have to spoil a movie to shit on it.
You tell people you like it.
Yeah, like that. I don't think it has anything to do with the embargo. I just think that it's going to be incredibly hard for with as big as an impact as I think this movie is going to be. It's going to be pretty hard to be one of the only few to shit on it. I just feel that. So again, it may be a little bit of a cheat code there, but yeah, I think this movie's going to do some pretty big fucking numbers.
I think it's probably going to be one of the highest grossing films.
Yeah.
Straight.
Again, it depends on the rewatchability. It's only going to be that if people go back again to watch it more than once. I went to go see Black Panther, the original, like 3 times in the movie theater. So I'm wondering if this movie, I think the first week sales will be phenomenal.
Astronomical, man.
But I don't know about after that. So we'll see.
Good call. Hopefully I get my tickets. I told you we're looking for getting our tickets next week. People in the comments, are you guys going to get your tickets? Are you guys going to be one of the first in lines? Or are you going to wait a little bit to see if it's worth it? Let us know in the comment section. What are you excited for when it comes to the Black Panther Wakanda Forever film? What is it you're looking forward to? No spoilers, please, in the comment section if you can. Brian, other than that, what do you got planned for the weekend, man? What is your Halloween looking like?
Monday, though, but yeah, it's Monday, which I actually have a Halloween contest at my job. So I'm just fixing up that costume this weekend.
Are we gonna get like a little hint on what you're gonna dress as or what?
Oh, well, it's yeah, I already know. I already got it. It's funny as fuck too. It's so at my job, it's each office, we have multiple locations. Each office has a different theme. We drew out of a hat. We got Shrek. So nice. Now we all have to dress up as somebody in Shrek. I was off of the day where they picked who can be who. So I got the short end of the stick. I have to be Lord Farquaad.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Which is amazing. I have the wig, I have the costume, I have everything. It's gonna be lit.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm just tailoring
Are you
that
gonna
up.
walk on your knees, dude?
Nah.
No,
No.
that would be fucking funny. There was a guy that dresses that shit and walked on his knees for a con.
Yeah.
It fucking sold so dramatically. It's
I'm
so
not
good.
walking on my knees anywhere. That's ridiculous. But yeah, no. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing this weekend. Just chilling, relaxing, recharging. Nothing as cool as what you're gonna be doing this weekend, but yeah.
I got a crazy weekend coming up with NanoCon. Thanks to Josh for coming out on the show. It was awesome to have you on. Can't wait for tomorrow. NanoCon, 11 a.m. 80s Brewery, all the way till 5 p.m. with RJ Mitty from Breaking Bad hanging out with us at 3, signing autographs. And 4 o'clock, we got Sonic Boom on stage performing some amazing, amazing material, guys. You don't want to miss out in a bunch of video game competitions. And of course, $100 first place prize for cosplay competition. Bring your A game, guys. Don't come in with no little easy cosplays.
Sweet.
You better work. Better work for that shit. Make you work for that $100. Yo, what's Jersey? What's the Halloween scene like? Jersey? Is people going crazy and shit?
Yeah. So around this time, that's where everyone starts coming. Like, I don't see kids really go out and trick or treating. It's more of like an adult thing these days.
It's kind of changed.
Yeah. So which is it's pretty cool, but yeah, it's pretty big over here as it is most of the world. And this is like the time of year where you'll go to like Barcade and like it's definitely like the fall Barcade scene. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's more like a casual thing.
Yeah.
That's cool. Excellent. Well, it gets pretty wild down here. Everybody dresses up pretty much. It's, people are always at the clubs. Downtown's probably going to be super crazy. All the club scenes are going to be everybody dressed up.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you something.
What's up?
How do you feel about online hearing that people are going to be, there's some people out there that are like dressing their kids up as like Jeffrey Dahmer. Have you heard this yet?
I've seen it.
Oof. Do you think it's tacky, unclassable kind of thing?
I mean, it's the world we live in. I'm not surprised by it. I'm not surprised by it. I'm not shocked by it. So, I mean, if you want your kid to walk around as a serial killer, then that's on you. I don't care.
Who actually hurt people and shit.
I don't.
And you know what? As a matter of fact, I was just looking at this today that I went on CBR to look up some stuff just to see if there was anything that we could talk about. And apparently Netflix did not hit up the family to ask them permission for any of this stuff.
Why?
They didn't hit up any of the families.
You don't have to. I can see them not doing it. It's a moral compass situation.
That's hardcore though, man.
Which as a business, they probably felt as though they didn't have to.
Didn't need to.
Would I have done that? Absolutely not. But sometimes you have to put on your
big
executive hat, your executive glasses, and see it from a business. And so they decided not to.
Excellent. Well, I mean, that sucks, man. I mean, we talked about this, how I kind of felt like, I always feel bad for the families when certain things like that come out, because worldwide, all of a sudden this horrible situation that happened in your life becomes like a phenom. And then, you look at the backlash and people's spirits selling costumes that look like your fucking dude that ate your fucking brother or your dad.
I felt bad too, but guess what? I was watching that shit. I was watching
fucking life.
It's not that it's life, but I feel bad as well. But I was watching that show. So
guys, we want to say to all the people that are out there on the radio waves, thank you guys so much for tuning in and here on the chat, and everybody that kind of tuned in to kind of hang out with us. We appreciate every one of you for tuning in with us here on the Friday nights with the Average Boys podcast. Thank you guys to all our extraordinary listeners. We hope you have a great weekend. Be safe. Take care of each other and don't do anything crazy. Check your candies. I hear people are putting fucking Kamehamehas in there. I don't want anybody getting hurt, not eating a Kamehameha by accident. Yeah, we hope you guys have a safe weekend, and we'll see you guys again next Friday here on the Average Boys podcast. Laters.
Peace.